cooking. My mama's cooking. Why? Get a little taste of mama's cooking. Mama's cooking. Mama's cooking. Get a little taste of mama's cooking. Why? Get a little taste of mama's cooking. Mama's cooking. Mama's cooking. Get a little taste of mama's cooking. Mama's cooking. Mama's cooking. Mama's cooking. Mama's cooking. Mama's cooking.
There's a new sheriff in town, bitches.
Get a little taste of mama's cooking. Mama's cooking. Mama's cooking. Get a little taste of mama's cooking. Mama's cooking. Mama's cooking. Mama's cooking. Mama's cooking. Mama's cooking. Mama's cooking.
Fuck you talking about, nigga.
My mama's cooking. My mama's cooking. My mama's cooking.
Bitch, you can't do it. I'm gonna get a beat to that. Bitch, you can't do it. Bitch, you can't do it. Bitch, you can't do it. I'm gonna slow it down for the Texas nigga. Bitch, you can't do it. Bitch, you can't do it. Bitch, you can't do it. Fuck you talking about, nigga.
Get a little taste of mama's cooking. Mama's cooking. Mama's cooking. Get a little taste of mama's cooking. Why? Get a little taste of mama's cooking. Mama's cooking. Mama's cooking. Get a little taste of mama's cooking.
I just have one thing to say. Hang on here.
Black, you ain't black. Black leadership. 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 You ain't black. I want black. You ain't black. Something for black. You ain't black. I want black. You ain't black. Something for black. You ain't 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 black. I want black. Trump. You ain't black. Racism. You ain't black. Charlemagne. You ain't black. Essential workers. You ain't black.
I'm black.
You ain't black.
Why not?
You ain't black.
Come on, guys. I'm Black Dana.
Come on, man. You ain't black. Blacks. You ain't black. Dr. King. You ain't black. This virus. You ain't black. Come on, man. You ain't black. A disproportionate amount of them ain't black. Ain't black. Now people recognize that you ain't black and you ain't black. You ain't black. I want black. You ain't black. Something for black. You ain't black. I want black. You ain't black. Something for black. You ain't 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 black. I want black.
I tell you what, if I had to tell them any one of these people, I'd be
Black.
Mama's cooking.
If I had to tell any one of these people, I'd be black. What's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? Shout out to Mo Spear. I wanted to play Fat Titty Boy, but we got to get into this, man. How y'all doing this morning? Ron D say, about time. About damn time. Hey, I'm stuck in transit. I ain't back yet. I'm stuck. I'm gonna leave my camera off so nobody didn't pull up. I'm right next door to you. He's about to take my face down, KB. Hey, it's gone, bro. Hey, Detroit in the building. We about to talk about other Detroit natives. That nigga, bro. If you ain't ready for your pop quiz, don't worry about it. I'm ready for you. Yeah, mama's cooking, still cooking for sure. You know what, G Money Grip, you know what I realized, dog? It's a lot of niggas hate me. It's a lot of niggas don't like me, boy, because they know. See, they wish that they come up with the stuff I come up with because they would pander. Like, I ain't say mama's cooking for no reason. I know everybody ain't gonna like me because I said mama's cooking, because everybody can't give mama's cooking. There's some motherfuckers out there right now just rolling over off a nigga that they don't even know. So they ain't giving their child no mama's cooking. You know what I mean? It's a woman been working for 36 hours straight. She ain't got time to get no mama's cooking. She got some money. She got some money. She got some cooking. She ain't got time. It's the ones that get a sacrifice. Sacrifice. That's the thing. People don't want to understand that sacrifice. That one that could have been a movie star, but she sacrificed for the greater good of her kid, and now her kid is way beyond what she would have been if mama continued on dreaming what mama wanted to do. It's that sacrifice. And these panda bears would have been pandering to all girls that had a baby and making them think they're giving that mama's cooking. I don't do that. I don't pander. SoFly say it's early. SoFly, you was drunker than a skunk the other morning. It was like 7 o'clock. You was drunker than a skunk. Yeah, you was drunker than a skunk, SoFly. I couldn't even make out a word you were saying, SoFly. My mama dying, man. I don't know how to cope with that. Sorry to hear that, man. I wish I could tell you shit. I still have bad holidays, Thanksgiving sometimes. So, bro, the only thing I can say is I can pray for you. She talking about what? Stop it, man. No, SoFly, I couldn't even understand what you was saying. You was so fucked up. Yeah, I'm drunk. You was tore up from the floor up. And you eat a whole plate of fries. So ain't nobody trying to argue with you. You will eat a whole plate of fries. Oh, no problem, man. For real. Like, boy, look at here. I still have a rough time dealing with that certain holidays. I used to isolate myself on holidays. I didn't want to mess up nobody else's fun. They'd be like, you don't never want to be around. No, man. How the hell I'm going to be around everybody in Christmas and everybody mad opening their gifts, happy opening their gifts. And I'm mad as a motherfucker remembering, mama used to cook this on that Christmas and she used to do this for this holiday. So instead of me bringing everybody else's day down, I would just stay by myself. Why do you keep this up? Keep what up? Man, I ain't do nothing to you. Hey, you talking about SoFly perked up. SoFly, you be on them them Zan bars? You be on them Zan bars, SoFly? Yeah, she ate a whole plate of fries. She said, "Oh my God, that's a whole plate of fries. Pass me the salt." Hey, but listen, man. Hey, Anton Daniels pulled up on Dawg face. Both of these guys are Detroit natives. Let me go back.
With him, and we'll
go back.
Where they come from, what their socioeconomic status is. If you
we'll go back to about right there, because they gonna get into it back and forth. I like the fact that Anton, he pulled up, he was respectful, and I think these guys was receptive, and they pushed back, they gave their points. So we gonna go over it because we didn't know that Charlie Kirk's assassination would turn into black folks actually talking. Because normally we just diss each other. Normally we just talk shit about each other and that's it. We don't never be able to communicate. We don't never get a chance to have a dialogue to see who's right, to see who sounds like it make the most sense. And that's what I'm about. It don't matter if I say something to offend you. We don't know each other. It don't matter if you say something to offend me. We don't know each other. We shouldn't be so offended. But when we get together, let's not offend each other. Let's not disrespect each other. Let's have a conversation. And whether we agree or not, let's just put it out there and let people see us have those conversations. And so now, we'll see from this conversation what sounds like it make the most sense. Remember back in the day, we used to debate all the time. Like, I wish they put Thomas Sowell back on TV. So y'all can see what actually a man that ain't trying to whoop your ass sound like and talk like. A man that's not trying to throw punches, but he's just trying to throw facts. I really wish y'all could see what that looked like because it was beautiful to watch. It's better than watching somebody get beat to a pulp on the internet. See, it's funny how times change. I used to be excited about seeing stuff like that back in the day. But now we excited about seeing somebody get stumped almost half to death. Seeing little Woody get knocked off a bicycle. That's what we want to see. We don't want to see things that make sense no more. Salute to you, bro. Candyman in the building. But we need to bring those debate stages back. Well, I might need to do that. I might need to have a debate platform where we just have people come up and debate. We got to make a night where we debate politics, relationships, whatever, and just come up. I want to invite people like Anton and people that got podcasts and pages to have conversations with other YouTubers. And don't be afraid, because I think YouTubers are afraid to talk to other YouTubers because it's like, you going to take my shine. I ain't afraid to talk to nobody because I believe in what I say. Everybody called me stupid. Oh, you stupid. You talk to somebody with 200 followers. If you believe this motherfucker with 200 followers, somebody believe him, so what? I'm not afraid to talk to nobody. If you believe in what you say, you shouldn't be afraid to talk to nobody. But let's get into this conversation. Let's see how it works.
Yeah, but I do apologize for the disrespect.
No, listen.
But I could have said it cleaner, but I meant what I said, but I do apologize for it.
Oh, it's interesting at this part right here. Hey, look, at this part, hey, she called this young lady right here, baby doll so raw, apparently called Anton a B and all this other stuff in her dialogue about him prior to him coming to the show. So I guess, you know, she called him out his name, but he still showed up. He still was respectful. So I guess this is her apology, but it don't really sound like an apology. So y'all really tell me if this is an apology or not. Salute to you, Miss Spitfire.
You was going against your own culture, and that shit weird. Like it was just more of it was disgusting to me. Your video, what you were saying and everything, yeah, it pissed me off. So yes, I said what I said, but I could have said it cleaner. But I meant what I said. But I do apologize for the disrespect.
No, listen. It's cool. I don't have no problem. Like, I've been in this content game for over 11 years. I've been called everything. So I'm not offended. So it's cool. I ain't tripping about none of that shit.
My question is why?
But we can kick it about Charlie Kirk. We can talk about that.
But you don't feel like that you're going against your own culture?
I don't. I think that the culture went against us for a long time. I think.
And they don't. I don't think people heard Anton. And let me say that from the back. He said, I think our culture goes against us for a long time. And it is. We have a great culture. We have, because put Molly all in her champagne, she ain't even know it. We got so many examples. If we look back through our culture of our rap and our history of the things that we love is destroying it. We want our young men to become athletes and rappers, and they end up broke, and they end up getting a lot of people arrested because to be a rapper, you have to be a criminal now. You got to be spinning the block and drilling. When back in the day, being a rapper, you could keep it on wax. You could talk about shit you used to do, or you seen somebody do. It was storytelling. So our culture, everything about it is destructive. So it turned its back on us the day one. It don't promote family. It don't promote positivity. It don't promote masculinity. So how can we fight for something so hard that's against us?
Like that you're going against your own culture?
I don't. I think that the culture went against us for a long time. I think that everything that we celebrate about this culture has been toxic for us. And it's kept us in jail. It's kept us incarcerated. If you look at the full context, like, for example, y'all used a talking point that is often used online about what Charlie Kirk said about empathy, right? But if you look at the full video, and this is why you can't take clips alone, you got to look at the full context. He said, I don't believe in empathy, but I would replace it with sympathy. That's the actual quote of what he said. That was the full context. So liberals, Democrats, they take that and they run with it because they chop it up in order to try to validate their point. And this is how they manipulate the community. If you look at everything Democratic, because we often at times expect people to automatically vote blue and vote Democrat regardless of where they come from, what their socioeconomic status is. If you Black, you vote Democrat, right? Black women voted Democrat at a 92% clip. Black men, 78%. We don't even ask ourselves why. And none of what they do aligning with our culture. If you can find me one clip, one entire live stream in its full context, where Charlie Kirk went off against Black people, when he like I'll give you another example. A lot of people like to take the talking point of what he said about the pilot situation. If I see a Black woman as a pilot, on American Airlines, I'm automatically going to start to question, well, the reason why that was, he wasn't talking about Black people specifically. He was talking about American Airlines having a program to where they started to push out people that was qualified for the job, but instead they started to recruit just based off of Blackness and the fact that you're a woman. So the
American Airlines wanted to go from 8% to 50%, or something around like that. Don't quote me exactly, but it was, that's dang near close. So if there's a quota that you got to meet a minimum level of Black folks, then that means just somebody qualified is going to lose their spot because you got to meet this quota. So yes, they're hiring just because they're Black. So Dogface couldn't believe it. You know, oh, you just gonna hire somebody just because they're Black? And you know, that's the truth. They wanted to diversify.
program to where they started to push out people that was qualified for the job, but instead they started to recruit just based off of Blackness and the fact that you're a woman. So the majority of things that you can use for diversity, equity, and inclusion was one of the reasons why American Airlines started to recruit pilots, and then they had a problem with one of their planes, and it just so happened to be one of us to be at the helm of it. So what he was using as a talking point is, you can't by default trust American Airlines because they're qualifying people based off of their looks and their gender, not necessarily whether or not they're the best for the plane. So if you looked at the whole context of the conversation, he wasn't racist against it. What he was saying is that everything should be merit-based, and it shouldn't be based off of your gender, or it shouldn't be based off of your color.
Okay, so let me respond to that, brother. And once again, before I go into my diatribe, I want to thank you for coming on the show. All right, when you look at Charlie Kirk, and when you look at the things that he said, if we're being specific, and I'm going to call him out, Charlie Kirk said his entire, and I'm emotional about this, but I'm just trying to put this aside. His entire spiel, he utilized words to isolate and to bring up some of the most obvious issues within the Black race. He pointed out some of the things that it didn't take a rocket science to understand were issues inside of our community. And he harped on them, and he turned those points into dog whistle fodder. He played into the racist attitude and the racist concepts that people outside of our culture have about us. When he spoke about Beyonce and her music being terrible, when he made reference to Black pilots, and I heard what he said, he spoke about it more than just once. When he said, he made a point of trying to emphasize the part that it was all DIE, it was all basically affirmative action. And when he got on the airplane and he saw a Black pilot, the first thing, a Black pilot, he said more, he talked about it more than once. I heard him say that, and he said it in a jokingly offensive manner. He said, when I get on the airplane, I see a Black pilot, I automatically start thinking, what are your credentials? How did you get here? Were you a DIE? Were you an affirmative action candidate? Are you actually qualified?
No, it's DEI. It ain't DIE. That's die. It's DEI. And yes, we already touched on that. And people touch on that all the time. Like, you want to be qualified. Man, look here. I dealt with that shit when they moved us to that white school. I'm telling you, whether you like it or not, that's how people communicate in real life. When they gentrified the neighborhood, sent us over there with them white folks talk to us crazy. You only over here because they gentrified the neighborhood. You probably couldn't even be over here in this school. You ain't smart enough. What the fuck? Yeah, I could have fought all of them, but I ain't got enough fists for that. So what did I do? I said, let me show you, motherfucker. I could be over here anyway. I just ain't got, couldn't afford the money to buy a house over here. But I'm going to show you that I'm smarter than you. So I made it my business to get better grades than them. That's how you kick their drawers in their ass. I made it my business. The dude who said that to me, I still remember his name to this day. I made sure I got better grades than him. And I still go check and make sure I'm more successful than him to this day. And if you out there, I do. I check. I know who said it to me. He know too. That's how you do that. You don't get mad. You're not going to train that out of people. That was like the 4th grade, 5th grade when that motherfucker said that to me. I remember it too. Yeah, JJ, I check. Yeah, I make sure I'm still more successful than that son bitch. Yeah, that's how, man, look here. Anton Daniels is an imbecile. What make you think that? Reason why color is such an issue is because it's better than the other. It's all about control. I have pettiness inside of me like that as well. Yeah, I just make sure I'm doing a little, you know what I mean? You run afoul of Bob, you run afoul of me. I got that little switch. I don't know what's wrong with me. You know, I just want to make sure you should. I don't think people should say stuff like that to other people. So when I don't understand shit, you know what I mean? When I don't understand people that say crazy stuff to people, that shit just motivate me, boy. It brings something out of me when you piss me off like that. I don't know. I like that shit. I like moving in that space. He said a lot. He said a lot to turn me off. Never heard of him until lately. Said like what? I think if you listen to a person talk long enough, they'll turn you into liking them. They'll turn you into a fan, and then they'll turn you into a detractor. Then they'll turn you into a fan, and they'll turn you into a detractor, because you're not going to agree with everybody on everything. As long as I can understand why somebody say something, then I'm cool. If you have all the information and I can kind of get why you said it, I'm cool. But if it just come out of left field and I don't get why you said it and I don't understand your point, then it's like, you're a dumb son, you know, and I don't want to talk to you no more. I might not even say that to you. I might just get quiet.
As if the airlines, whose job it is, they're in the business of transporting people through the air, would somehow put the credibility or the safety of their company or the safety of their passengers at risk by hiring somebody solely based on the color of their skin because they were black. And when he talked about, when he said that when he says, when I see somebody black, I automatically start thinking this and that. And I think about Martin Luther King. And Martin Luther King said, and I'm not going to quote here, but he said, I'm looking forward to the day when black people are judged by the content of their character, not the color of their skin. What Charlie Kirk was proposing time and time again is that he was judging people based on a political process or based on a diversified process aimed to make the playground fair.
That's not what the aim was, Dogface.
But here's what I'm saying, bro.
Everybody bring up that Martin Luther King quote like we live by that. Motherfucker, we always telling somebody what color we are. I'm a black woman. I'm black. we don't never leave our color out the conversation. What the heck? Come on, man. We always bring that Martin Luther King thing up. I wish we could bring up the content of our character. That's why I keep saying I watch behavior, and nobody want to get to the behavior. Martin Luther King, they'll be cussing Martin Luther King out today and because Martin Luther King will be talking about the behavior. The content of your character. When you bring up a person's character, you bring up what they're about. What does this person say? What does this person live by? What does this person stand on? So I think they need to stop saying that little cliche phrase and understand what it actually really means. We keep talking about our color more than anything. We want you to know we black. We black. Why you can't change your behavior? You know what happened to us in slavery. We black. Well, what's up with this? We black. We bring up we black more than anybody. So I don't understand it. Then we act like we love MLK. Man, go to any MLK in the United States. I wish these Negroes that talk this MLK talk, y'all need to come up with a program, right, to clean up MLKs across America. Every MLK got a dope spot on it. Allegedly, I think I snapped. I have never been to an MLK across the United. Matter of fact, the moment I reach a MLK in any goddamn city, I know to go the other damn way fast as hell. I turn that car around If I hit an MLK in Atlanta, boy, I get the whole shit. I might run the stoplight. Now I know I'm out of bounds. I need to get back in bounds. I need that motherfucker to say 85 until it say Fulton County and get back out to where I'm supposed to be in bounds. I don't like to be out of bounds. Now, why don't we come and let's let everybody, let's start a coalition to clean up MLKs across America. Since we want to talk all this MLK talk, like we got so much respect for MLK, because you can't say nothing about MLK. Them niggas, boy, these niggas will get on the internet and cuss you out. Nigga, you said something about Martin Luther King. Nigga, you said something about this, and that. Nigga, you said something about this, and that. And I'm like, damn, every MLK, you would think that MLK is the most pristine street in the United States of America with the way these niggas act like they respect MLK. MLK, what you say, boy? I can't even get it out. Nigga, what? You said Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard in Atlanta is the suburbs KB stop the cap. Nigga, please. Coco Princess salute. Hey, look, let me tell you something. You would think these Negroes would be out there on the street of Atlanta and you could lick off the street on MLK. You would think that. But boy, you go on MLK, you get whatever you looking for, boy. Allegedly, I think I snapped. I think you can even buy a Pinoche on MLK. You can buy weed, probably, X, whatever you need. I'm black, so I can start working at Wall Street today just because I'm black. What? Shaking my head. Your soul is lost or dead? Whose soul is lost or dead? Oh shit! Because I'm talking about MLK Street. Now my soul lost or dead. I don't know about y'all, but is y'all MLK straight in y'all city? It ain't used to be nothing but drug dealing and selling women walking up the motherfucker. MLK wasn't a good street in my city. Let's see. When I see young niggas or MLK anywhere, I hold Donald Trump just a little tighter. Oh Lord. I got JJ calling up weapon Donald Trump. Oh shit. Hey, look here. Anytime I hit an MLK street, nigga, I'm telling you right now, I don't go over there and think I'm finna get a bean pie or somebody finna smile at me and tell me about the content of my character. I think a motherfucker trying to take me out, relieve me of my vehicle, my shoes, my keys, my wallet, and maybe even my goddamn life. So I'm trying to figure out where's this overall national respect for MLK. I'm tired of these online niggas coming up to me and texting me online. You said something about MLK. You played a video about MLK. You ain't got no respect. Nigga, when the last time you did a cleanup on MLK, nigga? When the last time you seen you lead a charge walking up an MLK any damn well, picking up the trash and sweeping the streets and stopping them from pissing all over the goddamn sidewalk? When have I ever seen you do that? No, it ain't no Malcolm X streets, because Malcolm X wasn't letting nobody just kick his ass every day. I just want to know. I just want to know where's this overall, because I've been reading my comment section. I just want to know if y'all can attack online like that, why you can't band together to go pick up the trash off the goddamn street like that? Or is it just all talk? Starting to think it's just how we say it, it's just cap. Motherfuckers just be capping like they pro-black for likes and views and shit. Hey, Ron, motherfuckers be capping like they goddamn like black people. I think it's a bunch of cap-ass liberals that act like they like black folk. And I think it's a bunch of cap-ass black folk that act like they like black folk. And the murder rate can tell you that. I sound dumb for real. Okay, not a problem. Hey, this is a channel over here where we promote conversation. So I'm going to let you come on up and tell me how I sound dumb. I'm not offended by you saying I sound dumb. The link is in the chat, Darkwing. How do I sound dumb? By asking, is MLK Street respected and represented like it is online? Let me try to sound more educated. Let me clean it up for you. Let me lighten up my voice because maybe you didn't get it the first time. Is MLK Street across America respected and treated with the respect that is portrayed online? You already explained it in a prior statement. So you are not man or woman enough to hit the link and stand on your disposition or your disagreement? Because over here, we don't like people to just sit in the chat and just hurl out, insults and say people sound stupid. If you're going to say that, you got to be willing to come up here and back up what you're saying. No. I ain't going to read. You just going to get out the chat. Holla. See, this ain't the chat that you come do that in. See, we don't like cowards over here. You don't come and give your opinion in that egregious manner. You could disagree, but you ain't got to disrespect. Then I tried to respect you and have a conversation with you. You didn't want to do that. So you just one of them niggas that like to argue. So holla. But again, without someone trying to disrespect me for saying it, you don't have to agree with me. But is there any MLK in your city that's represented with respect, that you can see kids riding bicycles without getting ran over? You can see kids walking to the grocery stores or the store without their parents to get a piece of gum without getting kidnapped. When is it? Is there any city where the MLKs are represented? Because there's men out there that act like they willing to stand on business for what you say online about MLK, but are they standing in their communities and making sure MLK Street is cleaned up the way they portray online? No. Okay, good. Oh, you said yes? What city you from? Where is it at? What city you from and where's that at? I would love to know. It ain't about arguing. See, we good at arguing. We good at finding a reason not to like somebody. But you know what we ain't good at? Answering questions and just talking civilly. That's what we ain't good at.
You gotta look at his presentation. His presentation was extremely aggressive, extremely offensive. When you spoke about
how you way more offensive and aggressive than he is.
Are you serious?
Oh, absolutely.
I want to tell you that.
Dogface, you not no joke.
No, brother. I want coming.
Hey, look, I can tell by public figure Boog TV response that Anton telling the truth. Hey, watch his response when Anton say he must know Dogface. Watch Buddy response that's right by Dogface with Anton. He went from a serious face to watch his face when Anton say what he said. He's serious face to the mother right now. I said,
you way more offensive and aggressive than he is.
Are you serious?
That's the face of got him. Hey, Dogface trying to look shocked, but he's smirking. And then this public figure Boogie dude, he looking like got him. And he ain't gonna be able to hold it. He feeling like I'm gonna hide my face.
Oh, absolutely.
I want to tell you that.
Dogface, you not no joke.
Got him. The whole panel know this shit. Even the lady laughing. She like, I don't agree with this nigga Anton. She even called him the B word. Even she laughing. So, Dogface, you must be a bad boy when you get upset, boy.
Oh
no, brother. I want it coming from you. That,
and I am too.
That is a compliment. Listen,
right. So when did we as men start mixing our words?
We'll just finish this point. Okay, I'm not going to. So my thing is that Charlie Kirk, he made a living. He rose to the level of fame that he had by pointing out everything that was wrong about Black people in Pacific. Right?
You're wrong.
Now, let me just get this off, bro.
Okay.
When you,
I'm gonna write down some stuff you said.
yeah, let me get my opinion too. God damn it, I ain't got no secretary around here. But listen, when he talked about Beyonce's music, talked about Martin Luther King, what he said about George Zimmerman, racist motherfucking ass, what he said about Trayvon Martin, the excuse to justification, right? When he said about George Floyd and how he spoke about George Floyd's murder at the hand of law enforcement in the great state of Minnesota. George Floyd, what he said about him. You cannot expect black people to listen to what he said. When you look at how black people as a whole feel about how we're treated by law enforcement all over the world, but specifically in this country, he knew that was a hot button issue. He attacked that issue with vigor. He attacked it with no sympathy or empathy for the people who were more primarily affected by George Floyd's death. When he attacked Beyonce, when he attacked the legacy of the Martin Luther King, when he talked about LeBron James, right? There are too many times where Charlie Kirk used what I call, and what the whole world knows as dog whistling, to speak to his base, which were mainly white Anglo-Saxon Christian men, aka MAGA supporters. He did too much of that for my liking, bro, without any real justification.
So the majority of what Charlie Kirk spoke towards, that's what you chose to hear, right? Because I have a hard time believing that any of y'all actually was understanding what Charlie Kirk was about before he passed away. And the reason why I say that is because the majority of y'all talking points that y'all had the last time that y'all live streamed was all the same stuff that everybody else was just repeating that everybody else was saying.
Because Anton, we don't have to reinvent.
Wait, dog. First, I thought you said you was gonna let me get my shit off.
But I'm allow you. Pardon me for the interruption. Because what he gave the world, as it specifically, I'm talking about black people. I'm black. What he gave us.
And this is how you respect somebody's panel, because Anton was right. He got interrupted after they said, to let him talk. He interrupted him right away. But guess what? Anton is a guest on the panel. He want to have a good conversation. So guess what he did? He didn't keep yelling and going crazy. He waited. Okay, I'm going to give you that one. Because he know now you owe me one. You got to give me my chance to talk now. You know what I mean? So if you want to have a conversation, sometimes when you're having these type of conversations and it's the person panel, sometimes you got to let them get their shit off. But the panel hosts also have to let a person talk.
Was a bunch of
accountability.
Or really, listen.
Was a bunch of accountability.
Listen, there's nobody who understands, because if you watch some of my content, I'm really heavy on gangs in Detroit. I'm really heavy on these so-called community activist groups who are waiting for somebody to come with some magic pill to deal with all the negative shit that happens in our black community. Listen, you can't legislate.
Which is why I'm surprised at you, Dogface.
Why are you surprised?
I would think that you probably would be the leader at the forefront of actually championing the majority of the stuff that he would say.
Well, here's
I'm gonna be honest with you. You don't listen. The only reason, because ain't nobody really told you about yourself like I'm gonna tell you about yourself. Because see, I'm the type of nigga that's gonna just tell you the truth. The only reason, Dogface, that you are, as far as continuing to celebrate the bullshit that's within the community, while at the same time you straddle the line, Dogface. You hot sometimes, you cold sometimes. Sometimes I wonder if either you Republican or you Democrat, because you call out the bullshit, but then continue to still support it by allowing for people to still stand in these spaces where they can be victims. When we know that most of the time, the majority of the shit.
Damn, nigga. Hey, look here. Y'all be talking about all this street nigga shit, this and that. Man, hey, Anton, I respect Anton. He done went up on notch on my level a little bit. I respect Anton a little more now. This grown man shit right here. Look, I ain't gotta curse at you. I ain't gotta yell. I ain't gotta disrespect you. But let me call you out. You straddle the fence. You full of shit, basically, without saying it. Pulled up, called him out, and look how he looking. Dogface is intrigued. Like, okay, if you gonna tell me about myself and tell it how it is, he listening. And Antoine is just giving it to him straight. Bro, you letting people stay in victimhood. You already know. I gotta respect that. And I gotta respect Dogface for hearing him out. Because most people, you ain't gonna tell me about myself. He listening and hearing him out.
Call out the bullshit, but then continue to still support it by allowing for people to still stand in these spaces where they can be victims when we know that most of the time, the majority of the shit that we go through is self-inflicted wounds. Listen, the one thing about Charlie Kirk, and similar to myself, is that Charlie Kirk didn't dodge no smoke at all. He was willing to debate you. He was willing to meet. He was going college to campus. He was pulling up on people in real life. And the majority of who he spoke to wasn't even black people. It was liberal white women. It was liberal white women. That is the people that he held accountable the most.
Yeah.
And so the thing about it is that the thing about us is that when we called up, see, when somebody say something to me and they say, Anton, I don't fuck with you, you're wrong, and so on and so forth, I'll be like, all right, I feel you. You know what? I respect that because I got thick skin and I don't live in an echo chamber. I'm not looking for everybody to agree with me. I'm trying to figure out what the right thing is. So even me sitting here talking to you right now, I don't disagree with some of the stuff that you're saying. I actually am taking that in. I'm going to sit on it. I'm going to sleep on that shit and I'm going to consider it. But see, the thing about the most black people is if you're not massaging their ears and telling them what they want to hear, if you're not agreeing with them by default, they don't want to have a conversation. And that's the biggest problem. It wasn't that I agreed with 100% of what Charlie Kirk said, because I don't agree with 100% of what my own mother say, right? The problem is that, I don't advocate for nobody to die because they got their own opinion, regardless of whether I agree with them or not. I'm not going to celebrate somebody's death, right? I would rather you be here and me be able to debate you or talk back and forth with you if I disagree with you than in celebrating your death, because now.
No, Will, I see what you're saying, but I'm not saying I'm putting anybody above me. I ain't saying a notch above me. I'm saying I look at him a little bit different now. I respect the fact that he's man enough to pull up, be respectful, have the conversation, and then didn't shy away from what he really felt about you. Let me tell you what I really feel about you. You know, I know you. I watch your shit. Let me tell you what I really feel about you. And you got to respect this dude, Dawg Face, because he's not being emotional. He's listening. Most people, it's his show. Most people would have dropped him. You ain't gonna tell me shit, nigga, and just drop him off the panel. You know, he's allowing him to get his shit off. He's listening, and Anton is doing a good job of explaining what he feels. And I think more people should have these type of conversations. These type of conversations are the only thing that's gonna make a difference. You can't just disrespect people just because you don't agree with them. Y'all want to keep doing that? We ain't gonna get nowhere.
I don't have nobody to spar with. I don't have nobody to try to convince, right? But the second part is that we dodge accountability like the plague. If somebody say you fucked up, if somebody say, hey, listen, stop killing yourselves. If somebody say, hey, listen, because one of the biggest things that Charlie Kirk used to say about the black community, and I'm surprised y'all ain't even mentioned this, is he would say, hey, listen, if y'all want to fix your community, the first thing you got to do is stop having single parent households. If we don't want to talk about none of the shit that he said that's actually.
And that's what made him, to me, public enemy number one. In our community, we lift up the Democrats' whole party line is lifting up single-led households because it will make black women absolutely vote for them, because nobody wants to be at fault for having a single-led household, because we know the ramifications of it. We just don't want to talk about the ramifications of it, so we look for someone to blame. So we blame daddy. And I'll take the blame as long as we can still get the children and see the children. I don't give a damn about blame. I'm a man. I don't give a fuck about who you blame. But at the end of the day, there's numbers that come with single parent led households. And I don't know why we seem to push this on our community so much. There's a lot of pride behind it for no reason. And that's what a lot of people don't like Charlie Kirk. He said, you don't eat chitlins? I'm unsubscribing. And so Charlie Kirk's first thing was, your community is screwed up because you don't have men in the home. Oh, shit. How do you say that, white man? That's how they looked at it. Because no black man can say that. If a black man get on YouTube, get on TV and say the black families are screwed up because there's no black men in the household, oh my God. Do you know how you are public enemy number one to all women at that point? Because they look at it like you blaming them. And you can't get nowhere when that happens. You can't go off numbers and try to say, hey, it's better off if you find a way to stay together without blaming somebody. It's better off take time. Let's do away with this teen pregnancy show that's making these little girls have babies this early or wanting them to have babies this early. And let's focus on letting them know it's better together. Let's not promote Drea, and let's not call Drea out, a 40-something-year-old woman, when she's asked in an interview, oh, you want to have a kid? Oh, I'm going to have one more. Do you see yourself being with the man? And she said, I thought you see me say I just want to have a kid. Somebody should have stopped her right there and say, have you seen the numbers of single parent led households? You don't just do that. That's child abuse. Based on these numbers, ma'am, you shouldn't say shit like that, ma'am. Not on TV. You're too much of an influencer. And call it out that you're only trying to have a baby by somebody with money. You can care less about the baby. You're just trying to take care of your raggedy ass for the next 20 or 18, 20 years. Because that's all it is. But we don't call things out. And if you call something out, then guess what? You a coon. And I don't even know what that means. Are we with the shits then? Are we with the bullshits? So we should let this woman just prey on this young man and have a baby by him to extract cash from him, because that's the black community. Because if you call that out, they call you a coon. So is that the black community? Is that what we should be about? Having children by men 20 years younger than us so they can get checks from them? Is that what the black community is about? Drea got called out by who? I ain't seeing you make one video, Lonnie.
Hitting us. We want to feel like victims. Motherfuckers in the hood talk harder than us and say wilder shit about us than Charlie Kirk ever did, but we get offended at that nigga.
But you said the right thing, Anton. The thing is, look at the messenger and how he was delivering it. See, you missing that part. I understand what you're saying.
Be worried about what the messenger looked like.
No, this is what I'm saying. I understand. I understand what you're saying about listening to his whole message. But who put him in our shoes to be able to give us a message about what we should and shouldn't do?
Y'all not hearing this shit no matter what. I say it and y'all don't listen. If I say it, y'all
don't. So if a black person say it, we gonna get unalive. Like, what do you mean? Don't nobody want to hear no good message from nobody. They don't call you a coon. If Anton said he ain't no real N-word, if I said I ain't no real N-word, nigga, you done made money, they hand selected you, they picked you, nigga, you tall, you made money, they gonna invalidate anybody who say something right. Why you think so many people just go along, get along, gang? Why you think your pastors are now go along, get along, gang? Anybody can come in your church house now. Look at your choir directors. Look at everybody in your church now. Is everybody of God? Huh? That's why everybody have to come go along, get along, gang. You know it. All you got to do is go out into your community, and you know damn well there's a go along, get along gang, and you join into it your damn selves. And anybody who calls something out, you immediately not like them. You immediately call them a name. You immediately say something stupid because your dislike of the truth. You immediately attack the person who tells the truth. Go out in your neighborhoods, you know it. Go into your churches, you know it. That there's a go along, get along gang. You won't hush up. But we love it though. He's saying it as if there's a certain black man that can say it. No, it's not. We're going to invalidate anyone who says it.
I don't want to hear shit about me. Y'all don't want to kick it with me. The first thing that y'all said is, look at this.
So why would we want to hear it from him? Make that make sense.
You don't want to hear from nobody.
No, first, let me say something, Dollface. Let me say something. The reason why we don't, my thing is, it's a difference. It's a major difference of delivering a message. If you're just talking about all our fuck up is what's wrong with the black community and you have no solution, that's a problem. You're being judgmental. Don't nobody want to hear a solution after the way he delivered. Like he says, most of the crowd wasn't up until black people started, and more black people started coming.
So you sensitive is basically.
She didn't hear the solution. He said the community was bad because there are no men in the home. She didn't hear a solution. Wow, unbelievable. Okay. She didn't have a solution. He said crime is bad because he felt. Don't jump on me. I'm not saying that's what it is. I don't want to get swung on. He said crime is bad because there's no black men in the homes. And there's no solution you can come up with out of that? Jesus Christ. Maybe the solution is more men in the homes? Maybe. Have you ever even thought of that? Or do everybody hate the nigga now they have a kid with? Lord, please, if I have a kid, first of all, I'm gonna be married. But Lord, make sure my wife don't hate me after we have a kid. Because it seems like every time a motherfucker get pregnant, the relationship is over. Every time a motherfucker get pregnant, the relationship over. By the time the baby come out, she already got a new boyfriend.
Basically what you're saying.
And I
You don't want to hear it
what I'm saying
because
is a white motherfucker can't say shit about us because they ain't helping us. You can say
they
it's
can
black.
say, they can say whatever the fuck they want to
He
say.
ain't
You can say
A white mother effer can't say nothing about us because the white mother effer ain't helping us. Both of the last presidents was white, and they donated a lot of money to HBCU. Where do you think all this welfare money come from? Where do you think all these government programs come from? The white mother effer is helping us. I don't understand this way of logic, but I don't get it. But hey, we supposed to be talking about the content. We just started off the program talking about the content of our character and not the color of our skin. And now she goes straight to the color. This white mother effer. This white mother effer. Like, wait a minute. So he can't be judged by the content of his character. What does she consider government assistance? I don't think she look at that as that white mother effer. I don't think she look at government assistance as that white mother effer.
you can say what you want. You can say what you want to them, and they can say what they want to you.
But when they was sad about it, you got a black man backing him. You a black man.
I don't back people based off of the color of their skin. I back people whether or not I agree with them.
I dare you. To me, I'm gonna tell you like this right now, and I'm not gonna change the way you think, and I'm gonna change the way I think. Okay.
Did y'all hear that? Color again. Look at this.
I dare you. To me, I'm gonna tell you right.
I don't back.
But when they was sad about it, you got a black man backing him. You a black man.
I don't back.
Okay, now I told you this Martin Luther King. You can't judge people by the context of their character, not the color of their skin. We don't believe that. She wants Anton to back her up just because he's black and she black. But Anton is going off the context of your character, what you're saying, the things you like. It ain't about your skin color. She wanted him to back her up, right? Just because she's black. And he said, I don't back you up just because you based on the color of your skin. I thought this was the Martin Luther King content of our character thing. We go right back to color. I told you, we talk about color the most. You gotta let go of the color thing.
People based off of the color of their skin. I back people whether or not I agree with them.
I dare you. To me, I'm gonna tell you like this right now, and I'm not gonna change the way you think, and I'm gonna change the way I think. Okay. At the end of the day, it's bullshit. What you speak is bullshit. At the end of the day, I feel like that's you talking about black people. Yeah, we need to be motivated. They stole our identity from day one. Everything that these people out here doing and getting rich and being successful, that's something black people invented most of this shit. But at the end of the day, you're not giving us props. You going against us with this white man. I don't give a fuck if he was orange man. At the end of the day, here's the help with the black.
Listen. We the only culture of people that don't separate ourselves based off of the degenerate motherfuckers versus the people that's actually productive and doing what they're supposed to do. White people don't fuck with all white people. Asian people will separate themselves. I just got back from Japan.
They definitely don't. When I realized that is when I went to a white school. White people call poor white people poor white trash. White people call white trailer park trash. Grocery store foot white people. They got hell of a names for their own people. We the only one act like we don't got some no good, sorry, some bitches. They talking about hillbillies. They talking about white people hate white trash people. They be looking at them like they disgusted by them, boy. They kind of look at them like they look at us. Well, no, they look at them a little bit better than us. But it's pretty damn close.
Japan last year, and it's a whole city that's dedicated to getting the motherfuckers out of here that's not doing the shit that they supposed to do. Why do I have to support everything that black people do? Because I'm gonna tell you, I give out scholarships to black people. I employ them. See, I don't go by talking points. I go by real life. I employ the majority black women. I give out scholarships to my alma mater, Cass Tech. $25,000 every single year, $5,000, and I give them specifically to black boys. I be out in the streets passing out $5,000 every 2 weeks to people in the streets, handing it to their hands, not giving it to some bitch ass community organization. So I don't care about what people say. The real work is on the ground. And so my life is a reflection of it. I'm married to a black woman for the last 21 years, right? I'm advocate. I never left my city, even though I have the resources to be able to do so. And I'm always going to be a resident of Detroit. So I don't care about when people say you go against black people. Black people think that just because you say something and hold them accountable and say stop doing fuck shit, that automatically means that you going against them, or because you support something that somebody says that hold us accountable.
He's stereotyping. He said all black people are one.
I go against black culture that continues to celebrate the things that keep us down. I don't go against black people. Black people are respectable. Black people.
So you're saying you basically against Juneteenth. You
raise their children.
Oh, maybe. So let me.
Damn, Anton was cooking. Her only response is, "You against Juneteenth?" Oh no! Salute to you, beautiful one. Oh no! The only response was, "So you don't support Juneteenth?" Something that only a few places should even celebrate. Everybody else knew they was free. Only a few places. Man, I'm not even getting into this Juneteenth shit no more. D. Santana, salute. This motherfucker steady talking about cooning. Let me get this bitch ass person out of the chat. You ain't hit the link yet.
Try to bring this.
I don't care about the feelings part.
Let's reel this in, right? So let's reel this in right quick. So listen. So let's just so we're on the same page. So I don't think this issue is about whether. Well, I owe you. I don't think this issue is about. I heard you try to. Well, I see that you are trying to reference. Is that 5? That's 5.
What you got? DoorDash, Dogface? What's going on, man?
You don't stay on my business, Anton. Stay on my business, but stay on my business. So listen. So I hear you say Democrat, Republican. Good brother. When it comes to the issues that affect black people by and large, I just had a conversation on the Ugly Money podcast last night.
Ugly Money, that's my guy.
Yeah. When I spoke about some of the policies from a governmental standpoint that have been most detrimental to black people as a whole. Those policies were enacted under a Democratic control House, Senate, and presidency. I spoke about the Clinton administration when Joe Biden, when the whole crime reform bill, the welfare reform bill, even criminalizing child support. Correct. It all happened under a Democratic controlled presidency and Congress.
That's why I be wondering, is you Republican? I don't know what you want to do, Dogface.
Oh, no, bro. Listen, black people as a whole, they're more conservative. I don't think white people know this, or I don't think people don't really study the black community, but black people are more conservative. And
they know it, Dogface. They're trying to convince you to distance yourself from the bullshit that y'all support that is liberal and Democrat.
We can argue that point. We can argue Democrat, Republican. I'm of the opinion that it doesn't matter whether you're a Democrat or Republican. I'm going to support black people have to disengage themselves from the political party in this sense. I don't care what your political affiliation is. Like, you're from Detroit. I talk to people in the city council. I talk to people who deal with the mayor's office, and I know that you have the Chaldean American, the Arab American. They're always down at the city county building. They're always at the mayor's office trying to champion and trying to force policies and procedures that's going to benefit their race of people.
But see, the reason why it matters, Dogface, that we have both Black Republicans, it matters that we care about having people on both sides.
I get you, but see, my point is this, Anton. It's not about
because we can't listen. We can't demand anything if they already know that everybody is going one way.
Well, we can't demand.
We can't advocate for anything, Dogface. Like, no politician gives a fuck about Black people.
Absolutely. So
because Black people already have made up in their mind that they only gonna vote one way. So it matters from the lens of how do you have them on both sides.
And that's important what he's saying. The people who calling people a coon for saying that, hey, I'm an independent. I like you gotta do something for my vote. The people who are just giving away their vote for nothing, y'all are the real coon. Y'all are the real sellouts. You selling yourselves out, let alone your own people. How the hell you gonna go somewhere and just say all this money on the table? You going somewhere saying I don't want none, and you ain't getting no help, no benefits. You just giving away your vote. No way. You are the real coon. You are the real coon. You just don't know it. Trick Daddy made a song back in the day. She a hoe, but she can't help it because she don't know it. And you guys are the horse. No offense. You're the horse of this thing because you don't want nothing. You pimps get paid and all the hoes get slayed. Y'all acting like horse. You're getting slayed for nothing. And see, I'm not a whore. So you got to give me something. Yeah, you got to give me something, baby. I'm for real. You can't sit around me. You know, if I had a girlfriend and, you know, she ain't giving me nothing, you know, I like her a lot, but I ain't gonna like her like that. We ain't taking no trip. She ain't giving me nothing, you know. If I'm married, my wife got to give me something. You know, she got to give me a little something. You know? Y'all don't want nothing but calling everybody else a coon that know that they worth something. No, I'm not accepting that.
We could all disagree here, right? We're gonna fight because we all cousins and we all from the same city. The fact of the matter is, y'all need me just as much as I need y'all, because to live in an echo chamber is to get nothing.
Yeah,
but to work with people that you don't necessarily agree with, but you can find some common ground on, is how you start to solution for things. And so anybody could say, well, no, we shouldn't care about this or we shouldn't care about that. We should, because to speak to your point, we only show up between 9 and 16% of the voter clip in order to get things done. And so if you don't galvanize people, or you don't have people, but we so focus on whether or not we offended, we're not necessarily making progress, and that's what they count on. That's what they're banking on.
So listen, I understand that what they count on and bank on, what people who don't like us and don't care about us, what they count on is a system that was put in place hundreds of years ago. They count on they count on the fact that we've already been so marginalized. They count on the fact that we've already been so disenfranchised. They count on the fact that we've already been so thoroughly brainwashed and conditioned.
I agree with Dogface 1000% on this one. Yep. I agree with this brother Dogface 1000% on this one. And I know some of you might be in the chat like, what the fuck? What do you mean you agree with this? I agree. He said that they put in a system in place hundreds of years ago, right? And Lyndon Baines Johnson said that if he get these niggas something, he'll have these niggas voting Democrat for the next how many years we got left? So yeah, he right about that. Lyndon Baines Johnson put this in place years ago, that just vote Democrat for no damn reason. And yeah, we got still more years to go. And that's the system. If he talking about that system now, I agree with him. If he talking about that welfare system to give a nigga a little to get that vote, while they spend and split up them millions of dollars of government funding, give you food stamps, run your neighborhoods down, and then based on the crime, take your men and put them in prison, and then create programs to so-called fix the problem that never get fixed and get paid for it. And we can do this over and over again. Yeah, it's the gift that keep on giving. Keep them on that hamster wheel. Keep them caught up in their emotions. Keep them talking about the past. Because you know, you can drive so good looking in your rear view. Yeah, everybody can drive good as a motherfucker looking in the rear view mirror. You know, I know I can't, but that's why I look straight ahead and look forward. I hit a pothole, boom, boom, damn, that shit, oh, shit. But guess what? I get over it and I keep driving. I don't just look back at the pothole all goddamn day. The rest of my trip. We stuck looking at this giant slavery hole and can't get past. I need to come on camera talking this shit. Let me get my grapes and go outside. I need to come on camera for this. I want to show off my new hat anyway. Hold on, let me get out on this balcony. Goddamn door heavy. Let me start this.
Against each other. When you talk about
wrong, Dogface.
No, well, listen, black people, there's no people in this country who hate black people more than black people.
Nobody gives a fuck about what black people think, bro. It's not a game of them hating you.
Okay, but listen,
we on two different things, dog. It's a class game. It's not about race, bro.
And listen, bro, right now, I'm sitting on the perch right now, right? Mm-hmm. So listen, black people, nobody in the world of politics, they don't care about us because we're so divided that we don't have a cohesive thought process about the things that we want to carry forth. Black people as a whole, we're so fractured that we don't have any common ground. And because we don't have any common ground, we don't even believe that we don't even love each other. We don't believe we have anything in common anymore. And so the reason why in the world of politics, they don't give a fuck about us is because we're so divided. There's no cohesive game plan. And you can have one person who says one thing over here and one person who says another thing over here. No race of people, everybody get along. You have Chaldean, we from Metropolitan, we from Detroit. So right. the largest segment of Arabs and Chaldeans outside of the Middle East is in Detroit, right? So they are always down at the city county building. All Chaldeans and Arabs and Lebanese and all Chaldeans and Arabs don't get along. But what they do understand is, even though I might not like you, as a whole, we have to push a particular agenda because it's going to benefit us all as a whole. Black people are so disenfranchised and so fractured from a psychological standpoint that we don't even know that we're our own biggest fucking enemies. Correct. I agree. And what I'm saying is, it's not about being a Democrat or Republican. So I don't want to get this. I don't want to juxtapose the shit that's going on with Charlie Kirk and the loss of his life.
That's just a jump off point of a bigger conversation.
I get you. So I don't want to. It's not about being a Democrat or Republican, because as I would like black people to move forward. As we're only going to move forward. We're only going to be able to deal with the conditions that have a negative impact on us as a whole if we band together. There's no legislation that can be enacted that stop a nigga from shooting another nigga and then celebrating on the fucking rap record. Ain't no policy for that. And it's the lack of love and respect and connectivity amongst black people that is the problem with that. And I don't want to reduce this argument.
Well, Dogface, you can't say that then.
I can't say what?
What you just said.
Black people hate each other, and that's by condition, it's by design.
Dogface, if I hadn't taken the initiative, because I'm the biggest YouTuber in Michigan.
You are,
without a doubt. And if I didn't take the initiative to pull up on y'all and say, "Hey, let's kick it. Let's have a conversation. How can I kick it with y'all? And then how can I ultimately push y'all and promote y'all? Because I'm tired of these motherfuckers from these other cities and these states in Atlanta and New York pushing each other, and we always gotta get it out the mud. And then if I get there, now I gotta just sit there by myself. No, I'm looking for other people and other content creators. That's why I watch her shit. That's why I'm pulling up right now. Right? And I want.
Damn. Hey, Anton called that out so smoothly. He like, how you gonna be hypocritical and say it's a condition that we hate each other? Because I do not agree with that. How you gonna say it's about a lack of respect? It is about a conditioning, and this brother is right there in your city. And instead of him reaching out to Anton, emailing them, hitting them up and say, come on the podcast, he didn't exercise the thing that he's speaking about. This so-called metaphoric conditioning that we're getting. No, the common decent respect. Yes, we are all content creators. You can react to a video without calling somebody a bitch ass nigga or whatever else. You can react to the video without all that, or without letting somebody on the panel say all that. So yeah, you got to exercise the same thing that you speak about. they right there in the city. But I guess this, based on what Dogface is saying, he's a victim of the conditioning. So he did to Anton the same conditioning that he's making us aware of. And it's all about respect. It's a lack of respect. Like he said, and he should have respected Anton more to say, hey, brother, come on the panel. Let's discuss your topics and your viewpoint on this Charlie Kirk thing, and not just have this black pride to where, because if you have black pride is this. True black pride is when you disagree with somebody, you can still respect your brother to have a conversation with him. I'm getting so tired of these pro-black Negroes are so pro-black up until a disagreement. Now it's F that nigga. Like you can't speak that you pro-black and you can't have a disagreement with somebody who's black. That don't make no sense. Show that you're pro-black based on how you disagree with one another, not based on how you fake kumbaya and say we pro-black. No, I'm pro-black because my disagreement won't allow me to unalive you. I'm pro-black because our disagreement would allow me to say, well, okay, well, fuck it then. You don't agree with me. I don't got to agree with you. Live your life or go on about your day. Maybe we'll meet down the road, and maybe through understanding, through time, we'll have a better understanding of one another. But we unalive each other before we get to that point because there's no brotherly love. And it don't got shit to do with no programming. It got everything to do with your upbringing. And it got everything to do with how are you balanced as a person. That's it.
I want to push y'all. I want y'all to be just as successful. I want y'all to be able to get this content creation money. I want y'all to be able to do it. But see, that's the thing. The first thing that y'all did was, and I'm just gonna keep it 100. Fuck that nigga, this and that, whatever. Not one person reached out to me. Not one person hollered at me. Dog, you go on Ugly Money's podcast and you never even hit me up. And I'm in your own city. The fuck is that? So you can't sit here and tell me.
Is this a public show?
I'm gonna keep it real with you. I'm gonna keep it real with you. It's hypocritical because you're doing the exact thing that you're preaching against. And I'm in your own city. You ain't have we don't even have to agree with each other, but we can fucking push each other and get money, and we have the same ilk. We probably touch the same people, touch the same hood. And you didn't reach out to me on some, hey man, let's kick it on some type of shit. Let's run this bag up. Y'all was just talking shit.
You like black people, so we didn't want to approach you.
Oh, y'all was talking shit, and because I'm a fan, I'm a fan of what y'all doing. I pulled up on my own merit. I said, you know what? I'm gonna wait. And I waited till I seen you live. And I said, I'm gonna pull up and kick it with him. And we gonna figure this shit out. We gonna have some discourse. We're gonna create some good content. And then I'm gonna push you niggas because I actually feel what y'all doing and I want you niggas to win. So it's hypocritical for you.
What you just witnessed was pro-black. Despite you calling me a bitch, I'm gonna pull up on you. We're gonna make some content and we can figure this out and we're gonna build from this. That's pro-black. See, people think pro-black is sounding hood and sounding down and keeping all the black secrets and not saying nothing bad about black folks and always sounding like you agree with black people. They think that's pro-black. No, what you just witnessed is pro-black. This man showed, look, despite the disrespect, I'm going to show you respect, and I'm going to show you that I respect what you're doing. Because Dogface, you know, you are one of these guys that call out the bullshit. So just because we don't agree on this one particular topic, don't mean we can't make no money together. So he's practicing what he preaches. The other people on the panel, especially this young lady, and maybe this guy down at the bottom, they seem to be closed-minded. They seem to be the type of people that'll cut off a black person they don't agree with faster than you can say anything. This woman seems like she won't smoke with everybody, but even when he's being, you know, mature and inviting and trying to bring people together, she's still looking like, nigga. And this is a big content creator. You should be wanting to build with him. You want to lock in with somebody like that, especially if they're in your city. And you're gonna miss out on an opportunity like that because you disagree with him on something, because the person he's agreeing with happen to be white. That's why she's essentially having a hang up with him, because the man that he's agreeing with is white, which is based in prejudice right there. You say you can't be racist, but I think that's racism. You can't agree with somebody just because they white. Like, that don't even make no sense. That's not pro-black for him to just agree with you just because you black. It's pro-black to tell you the truth. It's pro-black to still link with you even when you probably don't even deserve it.
To say that, dog, because in real life, when you get the opportunity to do it, you ain't doing that shit. You ain't doing that shit.
So I'm gonna let everybody else chime in too, but let me just say this. The reason why you have the YouTube streets, it is because at a point where I was growing 600-700 subscribers a day about 8-9 months ago, I said to myself, I've been doing podcasting before the term podcast was even in popular lexicon. I've been doing podcasting since 2011, when my only examples was Rush Limbaugh and Howard Stern, for better or for worse. The YouTube streets was a concept that came out of my mind, and the whole purpose and the aim and objective is to get other content creators from the great state of Michigan, specifically Detroit, and to bring us all together and each one push one. I made it to Ugly Money Podcast. I'm making it to Real Life Street Stars. I'm making it to what was that shit Miami with the Dancer Report, all because that brother down there, Uncle Juice. So my point is to you. So listen, you're right about that. What I should have done.
And notice, I didn't go back at y'all.
No, you know what? So
I never said. If you notice, dog, of all the people that I go off on, I never ever pick anybody from Detroit that I ever respond to on some negative shit. Never. I've never said anything negative about one Detroit person, not one.
So listen,
never. I've never talked negative about not one person.
The big kid on the block doesn't. What if I am you? It's like if I'm you, you experience and you hear. It's a lot of conflict. Anton Daniels is the lightning rod. So of course people don't like you. Of course,
I'm cool with that part. And even if we disagree with each other, even if we disagree with each other, like let's say we doing this shit, right? And we arguing because I want us to create good content, right? On the back end, we should still be having conversations like, all right, cool, that was it. Now how we gonna mess this shit and get this money?
But you're not understanding. We thought you didn't like black people. So why would
but you never reached out to me. So
I'm not reaching out to nobody that agree with.
And that's the problem, because there's plenty of people that I kick it with that I don't necessarily care for, and then they hit me up like, hold on, Anton, let's figure this shit out though.
Now, if you wonder how we have so many emotional black males in our community, if there's no father in the house to push back against what Miss Baby Doll So Raw is saying, with all due respect, if there's no man to push back against her closed-minded way of thinking, against her not wanting to even have a conversation with someone before deciding such a final thing of not talking to somebody, and you wonder why we have so many black boys that grow up emotional and grow up angry and grow up aggressive, is because the only side of what they're getting to see, sometimes, not in all cases, is what Miss Baby Doll So Raw is bringing to the table. And this looks very aggressive, very bad when it's a man with this type of behavior. So we're creating men with the physical capabilities of men, with the mindset of women. So a lot of you ladies are upset. He ain't even acting like a man. He wasn't raised around a man. It's learned behavior. If a child is in a household with just this woman, then that child is going to get whatever this woman is teaching that child. And that's it. And just the way that she thinks is not right. The rest of these people up here are listening. There's 3 men up here that are listening, and they can see all of these guys' wheels are turning with the opportunity right here what Antoine is presenting. And she's right back to we thought you didn't like black people. All because of a disagreement. All because of white. Because before she said, ain't no white man can say this and say that. So if a white man can't be right about something, if he has factual data, statistics, he can't be right about something? No, this doesn't make any sense. Now, we accept this off of certain women because they women, you know, whatever. But this looks horrible when it's a man that sounds and act like this. And I'm telling you, there are men that sound and act like this.
You're not, Anton. We're not gonna talk about what we should have.
No. I'm feeling you, but what I'm saying is we have to change our mindset when it comes to not necessarily liking everybody, because it's plenty of, listen, the one thing I learned about Republicans, going to the White House, meeting the fucking president and all of that shit. The one thing I know is this: even if they going back and forth publicly, they fuck with each other behind the scenes. They fuck with each other behind the scenes.
You, though. We don't dislike
I'm not talking.
You heard what Anton said? They can be Republican and Democrat men not liking each other, but they still lock in and fuck with each other behind the scenes because it's about building. Now, it's certain people that they cross certain lines and you just don't mess with them no more. I understand that. We're not saying that. But you go, for the most part, in a lifetime, you're going to work with a lot of people you don't like. So that's why I keep saying it's all about who we like. Because today and age, the average male is so emotional that if he'll let liking you be the end all be all. I don't like that person. No, to get this money on, I don't gotta like you, nigga. We can do some work and that could be it. But if you cross a certain line of respect, then I'm not rocking with you. But if it's just a simple disagreement, if it's just a simple, we have a different ideology, I don't give a fuck. We won't talk about that at work. We won't talk about your ideology. We gonna talk sports. We gonna talk something else. I'm gonna find a through line just to get through this job around you, and then I'm getting the hell on. But a lot of times women, you're like, I know, like I used to ask some women around, why you don't talk to old girl no more? I don't even remember. I just don't like that motherfucker no more. And I'd be like, huh? So wait a minute, you don't even remember. You used to be thick as thieves with this girl. You used to be around this girl all the time. You don't even remember what y'all don't like each other over. But you just know you don't like her no more. And it ain't no fixing it. It must be over a man. No, it ain't over no man. She just be, I just don't fuck with her no more. Like, I know everybody I don't like and why I don't like them. Like, I got it down pat. Yeah, I know exactly what it is. But other people, some ladies, not all, not all. I guess some of y'all know everything, but some ladies, they don't even know why they even arguing with a person. Why? Oh, what did I just do? Let me just undo it. Hold on. Yeah, I had to clean off my screen. But some of these ladies don't even know why they not fucking with their person no more or cool with somebody, but they just know they're not fucking with them. But a man, that look bad on you to do that.
About me no more. I'm saying that people in general, right? Because one thing that I know about black people is that we are fucking tribal and we will go 10 toes down. We tribal against each other. You know what I'm saying? But my point is that I'm not easily offended and I'm not sensitive. You know what I'm saying? So I looked at the shit and I thought it was dope because it was like, you know what? All right, cool. Now I need to pull up and had a conversation, right? And so it's dope. But my point is that even if y'all say shit that I 100% disagree with, I still fuck with y'all because I focus on like 98% of my time on the shit that I like about you and 2% of my stuff on the shit that I don't necessarily fuck with you about.
Okay, so listen, I want to bring Boogie into it. I know he has. So let me just tell you this, right? I don't think so. Listen, black people. Let's just get this out the way. Black people, right? And I'm heavy on. I was on the Forum magazine.
I seen it. I watched it.
And I said some things about Ray Winans, and Ray Winans said, "Hey, don't like what Dogface said. I would like to have a conversation with him on your platform." And he thought that I was saying something specifically about him and his movement. Hey, listen, I don't think that any community activist group or any member of city council or even the mayor, you can't fix the shit going on in the black community, right? We have a love affair with killing each other and fucking over each other. That's not a Democratic or Republican issue. That's a black issue. And I'm saying I want to say as a people, bro. In the 1950s, as recently as the 1950s and 60s, my family's from Alabama. Didn't matter if you were leaning towards being a Democrat or leaning towards being a Republican. If you were black, you were black. Don't matter if you were Episcopalian, Catholic. Don't matter if you're Muslim. Don't matter if you were Seventh-day Adventist. If you're black, you're black. And my thing is, I took offense to what I believe were you trying to suggest that black people had abandoned. Black people are the most spiritual people on the face of this planet, even though we're not in tune with ourselves. But when it comes to, it doesn't look like it from the outside, but when it comes to being a forgiving people, if we were not the most forgiving human beings on the face of this planet, then we would be looking for retribution for the things that our forefathers and foremothers suffered at the hands of white America. Not all.
It looked like we looking for retribution to me. I don't know what he said. It looked like we looking for retribution to me. And I don't know how we the most forgiving. We the most forgiving to white folks sometimes, but we ain't forgiving to us one another. We don't go around the corner and say, man, don't spend the block because he spent it on you. Let's let it go. No, they load up and spend the block. The killings every night say that we are not forgiven no more. Yeah, we keep trying to live off our ancestors' history. Our new history is we drillers and killers. And proud of it. Man, man, you can meet somebody from these places with the highest murder capital, and guess what? They be proud of it. Man, I'm from such and such, boy. I'm from such. Man, I met a nigga over there in St. Thomas. He said, I'm from Memphis. I said, shit, let me turn my head then. True story. He said, I'm from Memphis. Oh, shit, let me turn my head. Because, shit, everybody, you don't know who you going to meet from Memphis, boy. Them motherfuckers like in the third world country. You know what they got to deal with down there? As far as black on black, shit. The trauma that they deal with, man, that's crazy. But it's people that's proud of that. It's people that say that they wear that with a badge of honor. Nigga, I'm from Chicago, nigga. Know what time it is? I'm from such and such. I'm from Cali, nigga. You know what we do? They be proud. Well, I don't know how that got something to do with white people that we proud. You know, when I really realized that this whole real nigga thing, the biggest people that call themselves real niggas is the ones that kill niggas. And we praising and promoting people who unalive black people, but then on the next end, we say Black Lives Matter. So when I realized, I said, no, I ain't no real nigga. I'm a bitch ass nigga. I don't kill nigga. The only time I'm gonna draw my sword against anybody is somebody that's trying to harm me. When you see me out, I'm walking with peace. I'm living in peace. I'm chilling. But I'm gonna defend myself against anyone, white, black, green. Notice I didn't start with black. I ain't mean to start with no color, but I'm gonna defend myself against anybody. But at the end of the day, I don't look at you as no real nigga because you kill black people. I look at you like I look at the KKK. You're a disgusting piece of shit. And if you black, I can't stand you, real nigga. If you got that mentality of you real because you unaliving black folk, I think you lame. I think you don't know how to adapt to society and make no money and live in peace. I think you want to only kill niggas because you ain't got nothing else to do. You was brainwashed and trained into disliking yourself, so you dislike everybody around you. When you see somebody black successful, you automatically hate them because you hate yourself. And that's how I look at it. I think I don't look at down as up and up as down. I look at things the right fucking way. If you a real nigga and you glorifying killing niggas, you a lame ass nigga that need to grow up. You don't get cool points in my book. You the lamest of the lame. And y'all, they not that tough. That's why they hide in groups. You don't never see these niggas that's acting like real killers by themselves. They be in groups of other people. The only time they separate is when they go to jail. And when they go to jail, now most of them getting syphilis in the mouth. So that should tell you something. Most of these so-called YNs now got syphilis in the mouth when they go into the chain gang system. You going in there, $135, pants hanging off your ass, skinny as hell. Hey.
Were responsible, but you don't have to have all of one people who all agree about one thing in order for that one thing to happen. Now, I want to strike it here. Charlie Kirk, he gave us what I consider hate-filled speech, and I don't think it's appropriate for Black people to be trying to legislate or trying to spank other people for their disposition towards somebody who has presented himself to be unbridled, unrestrained bigot.
I disagree with you. I mean, we're not gonna see eye to eye on that point. I think that Charlie Kirk was absolutely positively 100%.
Hey, listen, he called out some of the obvious issues in the Black race.
But the only reason that he called them out is because what was happening what was happening in popular culture, because he was popping way before Trump got in office the second time. So popular culture, and the majority of the time,
let him talk.
And the majority of the time, also because people pulled up on him and would debate him about the same things that you're talking about right now. That's where the majority of those two talking points. The worst thing that ever happened to Black people. Well, I ain't gonna say the worst thing. Let me say this. Let me go into something.
No, say it. I dare you.
One of the things. No, I'm gonna get to it. One of the things that Black people don't understand that they keep on holding on to is this diversity, equity, and inclusion bullshit. That shit was not for y'all, and it did not benefit y'all, and it largely benefited white women.
We know that.
The civil rights movement was hijacked by the feminist movement. The feminist movement was hijacked by the alphabet community movement, which Obama championed. And then the alphabet community movement was transitioned into the diversity, equity, and inclusion, which included them, white women, and everybody before them. So the worst thing that ever happened to Black people, I mean, it's slavery, but I'm talking about in our generation, at our time, right, was the breaking up of the family, tying ourselves to welfare and the federal government, which they then leveraged to keep you a part of the Democrat plantation, which they didn't have to give you anything or answer to you as a result of it. And now they celebrate the worst of your culture, and we don't do anything about it by taking.
I just had to stop and clap for what he said so far. And I want to take it back and then play it all the way through again, because I want to make sure everybody hear this shit, because this is the first time I see, and I want to say shout out to Dogface for allowing him to get this off, and shout out to the people on the panel for not interrupting. Normally, when you get a big YouTuber like Anton Daniels on the platform, and this should be another way for other platforms to see how you should conduct an interview with somebody on your platform that is a big content creator. You gotta let them talk. These other people on the panel are not interrupting, not trying to grind some acts that they have with him. They letting him get his stuff off. They hearing his point, and Dogface is getting some great content on his channel. So they doing a good job of letting them cook, even though they don't agree. Some of them don't agree with him. So
movement was that shit was not for y'all, and it did not benefit y'all, and it largely benefited white women.
We know that.
The civil rights movement was hijacked by the feminist movement. The feminist movement was hijacked by the alphabet community movement, which Obama championed. And then the alphabet community movement was transitioned into the diversity, equity, and inclusion, which included them, white women, and everybody before them. So the worst thing that ever happened to Black people, I mean, it's slavery, but I'm talking about in our generation, at our time, right, was the breaking up of the family, tying ourselves to welfare and the federal government, which they then leveraged to keep you a part of the Democrat plantation, which they didn't have to give you anything or answer to you as a result of it. And now they celebrate the worst of your culture, and we don't do anything about it by taking personal accountability and responsibility, but instead we keep saying, I don't like what they doing, but it doesn't matter because you're not going to do nothing about it when it comes to the results that you get within your own community. You're not going to marry the person that you're having children with. You're not going to educate yourself. You're not going to change your community. You're going to go out to West Bloomfield and fucking Novi, and you're not going to throw your trash out the window, but as soon as you pass 8 Mile, you're going to throw that shit out on the street. You're going to get mad at every person that says something that you disagree with, instead of trying to understand why they're saying it and then partnering with them so that you can understand what the real war is. It's a class war. It's a class war. It's not a race war. But they're using race to continue to keep you coupled.
Man, yo, I said this 4-5 years ago. I said it's more about class than race. If you from over there, I told that story a long time ago. When I was a little bitty boy, I used to show up at somebody's house, and I was black this whole time. I've been black my whole life. I show up to black people's house to date their daughter, and them black people would find out where I come from and where I live, and they would tell their daughters, don't you date that motherfucker there? He from over there. Hell no. You ain't. Don't tell him. Don't come back here. And they would tell their daughters, not with it didn't work. It made them come to me even more. But they would put a little, but that's what they would tell them. Even to this day, if you didn't go to college, that's why they ask you these qualifiers. Where'd you go to college? Where'd you do this? Where you from? People just want to find ways to invalidate you. I'm telling you, it don't matter about what you say. That's why so many people, do you know how many educated fools I've met? So many people that got all these degrees and they only got it so that they can hold something over you so that you can think that this is the type of person you're supposed to listen to. That's why they got all these fucking degrees. It's more about class than race. They don't give a fuck how much money you got. If you from a lower class, like certain rappers, they ain't gonna never respect some of these rappers. But Jay-Z, LeBron, they've made it to a certain class that they're going to be respected by everybody. So, that's what it's about. But everybody's so caught up in race.
With this party that ain't never did shit for you for the entire time that you've been born.
Let me chime in, please. So listen, you keep reaching back to Democrat versus Republican.
That nigga said he is a brown and he from Dixville. Crazy word. Yeah, that was even worse. Who your brother them is? Oh shit. I'm not like my brothers. No. Who your uncle them is? Oh shit. Damn. And where you live at? Oh damn. Did I mention I got honor roll? They don't want to hear shit. They be trying to explain to their mama, he got honor roll, mama. Mama, he doing good, mama. I just be leaving already. I'm on my bike hauling there. Oh, fuck. Another door closed because of where I was born at. Damn. Another door closed. Shit.
It's the values, dog,
I get you. You keep reaching black people on the ground. And I'm one of them niggas who lived across 8 Mile. I'm one of them niggas who I am an elitist, if that's what you want to call it. I'm one of them motherfuckers who call motherfuckers poor broke ass bitches, right? But here's the whole thing. Listen, we understand that when it comes to us, the social dynamic of the black family structure, we understand that welfare, we understand that some of the things that the government instituted was designed to break down the very fabric and to weaken the fabric and the fibers of the black community. We know that. But here's my point is, Anton, is that it is the message. It is how you articulate the message. And I'm saying that Charlie Kirk, for example, I'm gonna go back to him. The way he articulated it sounded like disdain. It sounded like hate. It sounded, and then when you talk about who he was debating for the most part young college students who were still developing.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you, boy, that was one of the other disqualifiers. Who your people that you kind of tall? Who your people? I usually go to some people don't ducking and shit, trying to get smaller and shit, so I don't look like my Uncle Poop. Hey, Nacho, that's the first uncle they'll notice. They be like, hey, look at me. I noticed, boy, when I ain't gonna lie, when them girls be having a daddy, you get an extra check through that. Nigga, daddy be coming through the door like, oh, hell no, I know where you from. You from Dixville. I know your goddamn uncle. You know how many porches I done got thrown on because Uncle Poop. I'm like, damn, man, what the fuck did my uncle used to do? Son bitch. For real. I used to be like, what did my uncle used to do? What the hell is going on around here? Yeah, you look like one of them Smiths. Go over there, try to wear a hat real low. You know what I mean? They always find, hold on, who you kin to? And you come from a small town where everybody know everybody. You look like you kin to one of them Smiths. Who your people them? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Cheryl in there. Oh, who your mama? I ain't seen you before. You one of them Brown. Oh, okay. Then they have a sidebar like you just went to court. The mama tell the daughter, come in for a second. They have a little sidebar. I just go ahead and grab my book bag. I know it's time for me to go. Let me get my shit. They go to huddling up and shit. Ready to eat break. Next thing you know, she come back out. I don't know what's going on. My mama said, I already know. Don't worry about it. I see you at school. Shit. He talk about rejection is a painful lesson. Ain't nobody say nothing about rejection now. She was trying to find out. She just came to Dixville. Ain't nobody say nothing about rejection. She wanted what she wanted. I'm just saying.
In that whole chain of thought,
why did he do that? Why did he do it, Dogface? Understanding is key. Why did he do it, Dogface?
Because he was trying to go. Because we know that the college campus is the absolute most fertile ground to transforming people's thought process.
So so now that you get off of his talking points and you start to understand how and why he moved, he's giving you the blueprint on how we can then change and affect the minds of the young people. He didn't go and chase people that was already made up their mind on what it is that they was going to do and they never going to change. He went to the fertile ground. So when I look at certain people and I'm studying them, I'm looking at their impact and I'm looking at how they're able to grow their audience. I'm looking at whether or not they was able to start movement.
So dangerous.
I'm paying attention to everything, and we get so caught up on the bullshit that it don't even matter, bro.
Let Boogie go.
If you pay attention to after everything that happened, what assembled? Racist white groups. What was they saying? Whitey fight back. It wasn't a black person that killed him. Why would they be saying whites fight back?
I don't know.
As if we did something to them.
And his raffle. It was his raffle.
Hold on. I didn't see that, honestly. I'm being absolutely honest. What I seen was black people inserted themselves into a conversation that they said that they was. Hold on. What I seen was black people. If it was a white on white thing, then why were black people inserting themselves into the conversation?
Because they were being asked to.
No, they didn't. Nobody asked black people to comment on Charlie Kirk. Nobody asked black people to comment on Charlie Kirk.
So listen. So
why are they fighting against us though?
Okay, who's fighting against you?
The temperature of the media, the temperature of the media outlets, the temperature.
Hold on. Let's get down to it.
Let's do it. The temperature of the media.
Get down to the source of it.
So
what exactly is it?
No. Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now, we inserted ourselves in it. All I said was nobody who unalive should be disrespected like that. And that goes for George Floyd. That goes for all of them. So that's the blanket statement I made. And I had people coming over here, you cooning, do this and that. You speaking up for the white man, coming in my chat, dropping links, and you need to hear what he said about this person. You need to hear this. I'm like, what the? Y'all trying to justify somebody's unaliving, but then get upset when they tried to justify it with George Floyd. When they tried to bring up the fact that he put a gun to a woman's stomach, when they tried to say he was on drugs, anything they said, we said, and even I said, nobody should have still laid on his neck for that long. So if we can say that for somebody black, then why can't we say that for somebody white? Don't teach me your damn racism. I don't want it. I don't want your racism. If somebody's racist towards me, it's fuck them. But I'm not overall going to be racist just because I'm black. And I think that's crazy. How about Breonna Taylor? Y'all keep bringing up this Breonna Taylor thing. Come on and play the video and let's have a conversation about it. Every time I drop my link, don't none of y'all show up. Y'all always use something. I said something about Breonna Taylor. I said something about the boy she dated. That's what I said. I'm a father. I have daughters. I don't want my daughter dating no street nigga because of that situation. Duh, I'll say it again. So I don't know what y'all clowns are talking about. You never heard me disrespect someone's death. That's not cool. So I don't know what's wrong with you. If you're slow or if you're crazy, what's wrong with you? Are you slow or crazy? You can talk about somebody's death. Don't disrespect them. We talking about Charlie Kirk's death. I'm not going to disrespect them. What is wrong with y'all? Keep bringing up Breonna Taylor. You said something about Breonna Taylor. Play the video and let's have the conversation about it. The link is in the chat. You want me to drop it again? How you going to tell me what not to say as a grown man and I got daughters? If my daughters walk in with a nigga that's running a pack, I'm going to tell them, you know what come with that, right? You know you going to get yourself fucked up hanging with this nigga, right? You can lose your job, your life, anything else, right? Just know what you signing up for. But y'all some crybabies in the chat. Y'all hide behind every little talking point. Instead of talking to someone, you want to talk talking points at a person. I'm a real whole live person. Motherfucker, you can come and have a conversation with me. I'll put the link in the chat. Don't talk a talking point to me that you heard. Understand what someone is saying. Don't act like you're slow. Context clues matters. God damn. Context matters. I'm talking about context clues. Got me mad now just saying stupid shit in my chat.
They're doing to you. What are white people doing to you?
Let me tell you what they're doing.
I'm not necessarily saying they're doing anything to me. I'm speaking of what's going on in the media, and I'm seeing with him dying, what's formed is racist white groups. If he was for everybody, it would be groups like that form.
That's not what they were talking about. Was that it was a liberal situation, and they were talking about that he was dating a trans person, and he had went to these indoctrination camps that we call universities, and they were saying that what was written on the bullet was Antifa based, and it had nothing to do with black people. Black people inserted themselves into the conversation and started saying, "Ooh, see, look at this. I don't give a fuck about what he knows." Black people started saying, I don't fuck with Charlie Kirk. I'm celebrating his death because he didn't fuck with black people. They was not quiet. They didn't remove themselves from it. That's not fair. They themselves into a conversation, and then they get mad when somebody responds to them.
No, Daniel, you're not going back to the root of it.
Hold on, baby doll. They got to come in.
He inserted us when he was talking trash about us.
Hold on, baby doll. Go ahead, gossip.
What it just came up about black people inserted themselves into the conversation, right? One of the most respected voice inserted herself into the conversation by Candace Owens. And when she made her statements, everybody jumped on that. So
I don't even fuck with Candace Owens.
Exactly, but she's one of the.
I don't even consider her black.
Listen, we talking about skin tone. When she
No. Y'all don't fuck with Candace Owens. Y'all don't look at her as a spokesperson.
Let me get this point off, brother.
Okay, go ahead. Because this is disingenuous.
No.
Black people
yes.
don't like her, but they definitely listen to her words. When she made her statement, brothers and sisters started beating her ass over the media. That's what happened.
People been beating Candace Owens' ass the entire time since she's been popular in the media and popular culture.
Candace Owens is the version of Charlie Kirk.
The reason why Candace Owens spoke on it is because she was friends with Charlie Kirk in real life.
Exactly. So we talking about skin tone here. Whether people don't think she a sister or not, she made the comment what made other brothers and sisters jump on it.
No, y'all don't even listen to Candace Owens. Y'all don't even bro. I don't know one black person in real life.
General, not specifics.
I don't know one black person in real life that is subscribed to Candace Owens' podcast or listen to shit that she say. All of a sudden, y'all care about what Candace Owens says.
Hey, listen. I don't want you to try to frame us because we have.
I don't know why they're gonna keep going down this rabbit hole. I think they should just start building upon this. Like, it ain't no need to argue with Anton. Now that y'all got a better understanding that he's not against black people, and I don't know how one opinion around a topic would make somebody against a whole black race. But now that y'all are not in that mindset, deal with the man. Like, what are we still arguing about? I'm confused at this point. He said, I'm sub to Candace Owens. But he don't know if you real.
There are people on this panel from different walks of life. And so listen.
How many of y'all listen to Candace Owens' podcast?
I have listened to enough of what she had to say.
No, dog. You
hold on.
How many of you listen to Candace Owens' podcast?
I don't listen to. I didn't listen to Charlie Kirk's podcast.
So why the fuck you care about what he say then? I don't have nothing to say about people that I don't fuck with.
Watch this. Let me ask you a question. My thing is, I'm a student of history, religion, and politics. I'm not just some barbarian that you might think I am, right?
No, I listen to everything you say. I know exactly who you are. You think that you thought that I was going to come up on this platform
No,
and I
I
wasn't going to study you first?
did not, brother. I did not have any preconceived notion of what you was or wasn't going to do. I wasn't concerned about it, to be quite honest, because I know that I know how to defend my point, whether you disagree or agree or not. So here's what I'm saying. One of my favorite podcasters was Rush Limbaugh. He's the poster child for podcast conservatism going back 30 years. I listened to Rush Limbaugh and I agreed with 99% of the shit he said, right? But he had more of a
Baby Dawg, I think you should go at Dawg and hold him accountable for that.
No.
Because Rush Limbaugh said way worse things than Charlie Kirk.
Hold on, listen. One of the biggest misconceptions here is that
Baby Dawg, you gonna hold Dogface accountable?
One of the biggest misconceptions here is that black people, by and large, don't want to hear something that.
No, Anton, he's not, because it's all about who we like. It's all about who we like. So she's not gonna hold him accountable to say he like Rush Limbaugh. Rush Limbaugh was way worse than whatever they think about Charlie Kirk, boy.
That they can't swallow with ease. That's not true.
Boogie and Dogface, Grand Boogie.
That's not true.
Hey, Baby Dawg, you do realize that Dogface is more like me than he is like y'all.
No.
Let me tell you.
That's cute.
Nobody gets
Dogface is more like Anton. Dogface and Anton Daniels.
That's true.
Are 1A and 1B.
No. So here's the
he is more like me than he is like y'all.
Here's the difference, right? Here's the difference. I'm gonna let you get the focus out.
Dogface ain't gonna say that he really rock. He really believe in most of the shit that I'm saying. Dogface is playing with y'all for content.
No. So here's what I'm saying. I'm saying that you can't reduce the black struggle or the issues that are most pressing to black people. Those issues can't be reduced or explained away by either political party, whether it's Republican or Democrat. I'm saying that the issues that we have, we are responsible for correcting and cleansing our own situation.
Hey, Dogface sound like me right now.
No, but that's always been me.
Hey, Boogie, do you think that Dogface sound more like me?
Bullshit, Anton.
No. Let's be for real. Dogface's favorite person was Rush Limbaugh.
He was.
Dogface listens to Candace Owens.
I have. I didn't agree with most things.
And Dogface has the same talking points that I have.
No, I don't.
Yes.
The reason behind
Dogface is a conservative Republican that is sitting here playing games with y'all. The difference between me and Dawg is that I'm just gonna be for real and say, listen,
that was cute. Let me tell you who
Dawg got money.
Let me tell you.
I ain't even talking about no money. I ain't mentioned nothing about money.
Let me tell you who Dogface is. So Dogface is what you call. I'm a realist.
You hear me? I feel like family, nigga.
I'm a realist, and I'm a person who understands that before you can correct anything, I'm black. So I'm most concerned.
That's the way that you relate to the people. That's not the thing that you really believe in.
I'm most concerned because as a black man in America, I'm most concerned with the things that affect people who look.
Anton hit him with that black thing is how you relate to people. That's how you relate to people. Hey, I'm black. You know, a lot of women that don't like other women, they relate to them by saying, hey, we all girls, we all women. Women empowerment. They probably can't even stand women. They just trying to download their program. Hey, y'all women better be careful, because now they have it moving and shaking like all y'all together for some reason, knowing most of y'all asleep with Chris Brown. Based on what we see, he holding y'all up. These girls ain't know it. Not all, but most. So these girls are moving with this energy like if it's female, it's friendly. And you better stop thinking that. This is competition. It is dog eat dog. Men know just because it's male, it ain't friendly. Nigga, y'all see how male dogs greet each other. They slow up. Even though they're a bad motherfucker, another male dog, they'll slow up when they get close. They stiffen up. They're aware. They sizing each other up. They sniffing. They looking. Then they go at it. If they gonna go at it. But y'all females acting like just because y'all feel, hey, girl, hey, woman. Bullshit. Y'all better be careful. That ain't real life.
Like me, who travel the same roads as me, right?
I've studied you enough to know that you are lying right now.
Well, let me just finish my point. Let me get loud off then. So let me get loud. I'm most concerned in real life. I'm a published author. my last book was called Add, Subtract, Multiply, and Divide. And that book is about all the things all the things from outside of the Black community that have control and have impact on the Black community. And so
Dogface is a capitalist. All right.
Man, listen, man. Don't nobody have no control over our community. You can still take a bad situation that they're trying to design for you and make it good. Look at Rollo, for instance. Rollo came out of prison. If you listen to what this brother was saying, he was trying to bring Lil Baby and him together so that they can go build communities like he's trying to build in Little Pakistan all over the place, right? And look at Young Thug, what Young Thug was doing. Young Thug was dividing everybody, saying this person is this person is that. Nobody coming together. That ain't white folks stopping you from doing that. That ain't white folks. Rollo is coming up with a plan. I even thought about something I heard him say the other day. He said he's going to build these little salon suites. And that's two people I've heard say that now. The girl who twisted my hair, she said she wanted a salon suite. And then she was like, yeah, I paid $300 a month for the one I'm in. The ones up here are like $500-$600 a month. And it's like 23 of them. Oh, shit, 23. I mean, $500 a week. 23. And I'm like, damn, it's 23 in this one building at $500 a week. That's some pretty good goddamn on money, for one room. And it's people that got these salon suites, and it'd be 50 to 100 of these things in these areas. And women want their hair done. And they use them for barbershops. They use them for all different things. So it's so many different ways that you can build with one another that you can't blame white people. It's just we so caught up in fighting one another. All the rich white rappers are fighting. All the rich YouTubers are fighting. The rich athletes are beefing and fighting. Shit, now the rappers and athletes are fighting. It's just everybody want to fight each other. Don't nobody want to say, yo, let's come together. Let's do this. Let's come together. If everybody gonna do this, if everybody gonna sell hair, let's at least let it be our hair. Let's put our aunties or something. Let's get them a hair connect and let's put them in a store. We don't think about building nothing in our own community because we think about stunting on the community too much. We think about going to get some jewelry so we can show them niggas. We thinking about going to get a whip so we can show them niggas. It's all based in ego and pride. And nothing is about let's build for the future. When you got a whole generation of people thinking they're going to die before the age of 25, they don't build for the future. They're not trying to build a community. They're trying to ball until we fall. That's what our culture taught me. Ball till we fall. So you live life like that. You start spending your money. You start doing this. It ain't tricking if you got it. All this mindset is wasteful. It's to throw away. Who the fuck want to be a trick? Did you hear the word trick? It's a trick to get you to think that it ain't tricking. Motherfucker, it is tricking. You supposed to be building that building. You see, if you own that building over there, and that building was throwing you all some cash, and then you wanted to trick some of that money from the ownership of having that building, then that's different. But you working a job. You playing a game that you can't play for the rest of your life. These people are building structures and building businesses that they can benefit from for the rest of their life. So it ain't no trick for them. They got it. You know what I mean? They got it. So why can't we get it? Why can't we band together instead of kneeling down and all this dumb shit? Show me that it's black power for real. How come they're giving these athletes $40 and $50 million a year and we don't hear one or two of them getting together and doing nothing together? You want to ask me why I don't hang with celebrities? I don't feel like having sex with these niggas' girls. And I don't want, because if you play with me, I'm going to play with you. And that's all these niggas do is have sex with each other girlfriend. That's all they get around each other for, is to have sex with each other girl, fake like they fake friends and like they kicking it, play video games, smoke weed, chase other hoes. I got enough of that in my life. I don't need all that shit. I done had enough of that in my life. I don't need that. Why can't we get together and do no business? Everybody talking about we bosses. Okay, well, two bosses supposed to link and do some boss shit. Why y'all don't never see these niggas bossing up? Like, I ain't hanging with you, nigga. We ain't doing no business, but we hanging for. I don't want to compete with you, so I'm not hanging with you either.
Let him do this word salad. Y'all can let him do this word salad shit if y'all want to.
Let me say right now,
Dogface is about money.
Daniel,
That's the only thing he care about.
We don't give a fuck because Dogface ain't harming nobody over here. Okay. The thing is my problem with the black is when y'all speak on black like all the blacks is like that. And that's a problem for me. All blacks are not like that. And that's okay, you got some black people, but it's in every culture. It's not just black. Y'all just target black. But you got poor white people. You got poor Mexicans. You got poor every other culture is the same way as us.
You're wrong, baby doll. I just said that I don't care for black culture. The culture is the thing that we push and we celebrate the most. That's most of the time the worst for us. I said specifically that every culture or every group of people don't fuck with everybody that's in their sphere. You said I act like I don't fuck with black people. I said that I don't necessarily care for the culture that keeps championing and celebrating the shit that's the worst for us.
Now, what
you said that?
Well, are you saying like Juneteenth? Because he said that's the same shit that Kirk said. Are you saying you don't celebrate Juneteenth?
No. You said that you held me accountable to black people.
Yes.
But now you changing it.
What about him? What do you mean? What about Devin George, my former teammate? What about him? You got to understand something. With the things that I say, I'm not going to go up under somebody else's program and mess their shit up. Devin George, I gave him a salute. He's doing different things that's separate than me. And I don't want nothing that I say to affect anything that got anything to go on with him. That's called building. Oh, okay. Yeah, but I ain't going to stand next to him because I want him to be able to be his own thing. Without them judging him for his association with me.
And you saying, well, wait a minute, we not all the same.
No, I'm not changing shit. My thing is, that's why I'm holding you accountable because we're not all the same. You're not understanding that you just like the white people, you put all the.
He moving in silence because he has to. If he bring more light to that situation, they're gonna do nothing but this. Why you think he ain't talking about it? Why should he have to move in silence for doing something positive? He has to move in silence because there's so many negative people that would take away from the program. He should be teaching this same thing to a lot of people, but it seems like you can't do a certain things in this society. You would think one would want to duplicate this, but hey, it's sad that we the only race of people that our wins got to happen in silence. Greg Cardone, I was subscribed to him when he got the $64 million plane. He did it very loud, and it was great to see how he did it, and it was very informational how he did it. But he get paid for us to watch them ball, but we got to be quiet and silent about anything that we do because people will unalive you. Like he said, R.I.P. Nipsey Hussle and Kevin Samuels. They will unalive you for what you say as a black person. And it's sad because then that would make us a part of the go along, get along game. No matter if it's through fear, if we don't believe in a God that we serve and we're saying that we must be silent because of fear of being unalive, then we are in the go along, get along game. You are just as controlled as anybody else. Because your silence is almost like, you're submitting to it. That's what I believe. Nipsey Hussle, we all gonna die. Nipsey Hussle, that's not any way that somebody want to go out. But Nipsey Hussle lived his life the way he wanted to live. He made his own way. And that's all you can ask for as a human being. We all gonna die. But I don't want to be a part of no go along, get along game. Death gonna come for you, and it's gonna come for us all. But how you live this thing called life, if you choose to live it laying down and call it living, that's you. But I choose to live it, the way I'm gonna live it. Unfortunately, that's the world we live in. I'm in the world, but I'm not of the world. So, it is what it is. It's just different perspective.
Blacks in one pool.
No, I don't. I just said the culture. It's the culture.
What the culture is all black.
So listen.
No, there's a lot of people that's in the culture and that participate in the culture.
So Anton, you're stating the obvious. You're stating the obvious as if it's profound. Hey, listen, we know that right now in this country, as directly inside of our communities, that we do a lot of damaging shit to each other, right?
Oh man, Dogface all just like me.
But simultaneously, there are things that are happening by people who are in politics and people who are in positions of power that have an impact on us, and those things are not based on wanting to see us as a people.
So nobody gives a fuck about you as a people, bro.
Hey, listen. Nobody gives a. Hey, listen. But let me contrast that. Nobody gave a fuck about Jews as a people until they made them give a fuck about them. Until they put themselves in positions of power. Let me get off, brother. Let me get my point off, and then I'm gonna get your flow back. Nobody gives a fuck about anybody until that somebody or those somebodies put themselves in a position of power, influence, and they are forcing people to bow down. They're forcing people to have to champion the issues.
Money can do a lot. Money can
Absolutely.
do a lot.
You're wrong as usual. Jewish people don't even want visibility most of the time.
Say so.
They don't want the visibility. They only want the power. And they only want the money.
I don't want to turn this into a
shit. Says the Jews. That's why we say J people. We be scared to say their name. Shit, LeBron said they got all the money and got in trouble. I didn't know that was a bad thing. They don't even want you to know they got no money. You could say something positive like they control everything. They'd be like, what the fuck? You need to come over here and apologize right now. And they serious. You got to apologize to everybody. They'll go take you to somebody else to apologize, take you over there to apologize, and donate to me too. And then we'll let you back into the world. Yeah, you can't even come back into the world until they hold your hand and take you all around. I'm trying to tell you. So yeah, it's them. They don't want no visibility. They don't want to be bothered. They want to be left the fuck alone.
I don't want to be labeled as an anti-Semite. So what I'm saying is this. So listen, from the end of the World War II, right, to the advent of the state of of Israel, right. So what I'm saying is this: you have a contingency of Israelis, of Jews, of Israelis, who have said to the whole world, never again. And how do you ensure that the things that happen to us under the Third Reich, right? How do we ensure that these things will never happen again? Is that we position ourselves and we take control of certain aspects of governmental policy and of worldview policy to ensure that if it does try to rear its head again, that we are in enough power position to be able to call it out or stamp it out. So what I'm saying is that Black people, we need to be more like the Israelis. We need to take control of our communities. We need to do away with anything that's having a negative impact on the things that affect us as a people. And what I'm saying,
you're Dogface, you just come on, you're not real right now.
I'm not real.
Yeah, because the things that we would have to do in order to do that, we know that the culture is unwilling to embrace it.
Hey, listen, I'm telling you this, brother. I was the spokesperson for the Keep Our School Safe high school music tour for 3 years.
It doesn't matter, Dogface, because like listen, dog.
Let me tell you what does matter.
You being performative right now.
I'm not being performative. Watch this. Did you see it right there? You see it over that wall right there? Can you see that wall?
I don't. You got the thing on, Dogface.
Oh my bad. Okay. Hold on. Let me take this thing off. Let me take this goddamn thing off. Hold on. I'm not being performative. I'm being matter of fact. So here's the whole thing.
That time is real.
Hold on.
That's time, man.
You see that wall right there?
Yeah.
That wall it consists of every award except the key of Detroit that the city of Detroit has to fucking offer.
Dog. It doesn't matter because hold on. I'll give you an example. I'll give you an example, dog.
Let me get a point though.
No, dog, because you're not going. You like to talk a lot so that I forget.
No, brother. You cannot tell me the YouTube stream.
You like to talk a lot so that I forget.
No, hold on. What I'm telling you is this: I put my money where my mouth is. I risked my safety and freedom speaking against gangs in Detroit. I have went into every major every high school.
Oh, it doesn't matter though.
It does matter.
You know why it don't matter? Because we know.
Who is we?
And I grew up in the city just like everybody else. Regardless of what people may think, I was born and raised in the city.
Nobody's saying you're not from the city, bro. We don't agree with some of your.
No, I'm using this. I'm prefacing this by saying what I'm about to say. We all know who the dealers are. We know who the killers are. We know who the people that are poisoning the community. We know who chopping it down and mixing it up with fentanyl. We know we know who's who, and we ain't gonna do shit. So we can do all of this talking and running into high schools.
Niggas ain't gonna do nothing about the Black community.
But the fact of the matter is this.
See, this is why I say you need more Karens in the neighborhood. See, a Karen ain't gonna ask no question like that. A Karen, and I know they're gonna call me a coon for this, but a Karen, if they see something going wrong in the neighborhood, this man said that y'all know who the killers and the dealers are. Y'all know who crushing it down and putting fentanyl in it. And she said, what you gonna do about it? A Karen would call the police. A citizen would call the police. Somebody who's not dealing in criminality and want their kids to be safe with no bullets flying around him or them, you see a crime, you point it out. But for some reason in our community, that even if you ain't a street cat or a street woman, you want to raise children in a situation to where you keep it real, to where you're not telling on the people who shooting at people. You're not telling on the people who selling drugs. You want to raise your kids around that because you keep it real to the street code more so than you do your own goddamn children. I don't want to live around that. So I make sure I keep a Karen next door. I might not tell on your ass, but I want an old motherfucker with a shirt that's too loose for her that she got to cover that motherfucker up. And as long as she ain't covering up her eye, that's how I want to be next to. Tell every goddamn thing you see. That's where I can go out of town and it's a Karen watching my house right now. Break in right now. You're going to jail. We talking about what do we do? What are we supposed to do with that? How the hell are you going to have safe communities if the adults in the communities don't know to point out the crime in the community? And y'all want to say we got a black community when a woman right here that probably got children, I don't know to point out crime in her own community. I'm just confused. I'm confused. Y'all don't like Karens, goddamn. I don't like them when I'm on the wrong side of a Karen. When I'm on the wrong side of a Karen, I be like, look, calm down. I got ID. And usually it calms the conversation down. Once you tell a Karen you got ID, she know you can vote. I'm like, hey, Karen, calm down. I got a fucking ID. I don't say call the police, bitch. I don't give a fuck. I don't like your white people. See, I don't do all that. I say, Karen, relax. I got a fucking ID. And that usually calm everything down. But ma'am, that's what you gotta do. You gotta call the goddamn police to point out the crime. All right?
We're loyal, and that's why I say the culture is trash. Because we're loyal to the
whole
degenerate.
culture?
We're loyal to
The whole
culture is
Yes, the whole culture, the culture that'll allow you to win an award to speak with children, but you won't call the police on the criminals. Yes, that's our culture. If you are a law-abiding citizen, you point out crimes. That's why they don't like Karens. Karens point out crime that you do. Oh, that old fucking Karen. I'm an old man. I don't do no crime. I want to live in a neighborhood where there's no crime. I want to make my children grow up where there's no crime. So if you're doing crime around me, I'm happy that a Karen called the mother police on you. Okay? And I make sure I don't do no crime where I live. I don't speed where I live at. I get on 85, I haul it. But when I get in my neighborhood, I slow down. Because guess what? I don't want my neighbors to say, who the fuck is that nigga riding through here so fast? So I don't shh where I sleep. You know the whole saying, don't shit where you sleep and all that? Yeah, I don't speed through my neighborhood. I don't throw nothing out the window nowhere. So I don't do that in my neighborhood. Yeah. Bye, SJ. Have a good day. Yeah, SJ probably, shooting dice on the corner in Philly right now. But anyway, yeah, you gotta not do certain things in your neighborhood. And if you're not gonna point out the crime in your neighborhood because you ain't gonna snitch, that's why our community is so fucked up. We don't want to talk about that. Our communities is fucked up because we got a no snitch clause in our community, and the snitches snitch. The street niggas snitch, but the people who keep it real ain't even in the streets. That's what's crazy. It'll be a nigga that sign up that say he a street nigga to the door, and it come out. Now, mind you, Big U just is in jail, and he taking his stuff to trial. They say allegedly 75 gang members are telling on Big U.
These are people that's in the streets. 75 of them are going to allegedly turn into Karens, black Karens. They're going to tell on Big U. I don't care, but I'm just pointing out the fact, because I got nothing to do with the streets. But I'm pointing out the fact that even the street guys tell on the streets, but it's so many people that don't even got nothing to do with the streets. They indoctrinated with some street code that they don't even got nothing to goddamn do with. You ain't even going to point out crime in your own goddamn community, but you got a black first mentality? No, you don't. You got a crime first mentality because you want the crime to keep going. Because real nigga shit, we don't snitch. Let the crime go. And if you point it out, you against the community. You a coon. Coon ass nigga telling that somebody selling dope in the community. What the hell wrong with you? That ain't keeping it real. Black power though. Black first. Wakanda. This shit don't make no sense, so I don't participate. And you ain't gonna do nothing but call me a coon from the way I think. So I just sit in rooms and I just let people talk, and I understand how stupid this shit sound, and I make sure I'm ready to get the fuck on away from you. That's it.
Culture is the thing that we celebrate the most.
The entire thing.
We push, we celebrate, and we advocate for degeneracy.
I reject.
We advocate for degeneracy. And the fact of the matter is, we know who the niggas is. We know who the niggas is that's doing the worst shit. Hold on, dog, because you don't want to give me.
No, that's not true, bro.
If we wanted to solve for the shit that's happening bad in our community, we could stop that shit overnight.
What it mean when you keep we not gonna do shit and we know all these people? What do that mean?
Y'all not gonna do shit because y'all not gonna call the police. They none of them want to let Anton finish because they know what they would have to do. They would have to call the police and point out people in their own neighborhood. They not gonna do that. One, that's risking their goddamn life, and they're gonna be labeled a snitch. They don't want that. So none of these people are gonna say nothing. So it is what it is. We care more about keeping it real with the community and the neighborhood than we do about our own children. We're not gonna keep it real and call the cops and point out crime. We're not gonna do that. I wouldn't do it because most of my goddamn family members, if I'm gonna keep it real, I'm not gonna tell on my goddamn brother. Most of the motherfuckers that were doing the shit in the neighborhood, it was my own goddamn brother. So I'm a part of it too. I sat there and ain't say shit. I wasn't gonna, hey police, this nigga that's coming in here eat my mama cereal and shit, eat my mama chicken, is out here fucking the neighborhood up. Sure live. But now that I'm older, I understand. And now that we all done come up out of that, yeah, that's the only way you have safe neighborhood. Not to tell on your brother or whatever, but if you living in a community, don't say that that's a safe community if you're not willing to goddamn point out the crime in your community. You are the problem. I was a part of the problem. Nigga, I wasn't finna never tell on my brother. Hell no. So, hey, you just got to know.
It means that we just talking.
So why
everybody listen, you don't need no government, you don't need no system, you don't need no fucking, you don't need nothing to solve for the shit that we dealing with on a regular basis. We know this nigga is beating on his bitch. We know these hoes is out here busting it down for a real one. We know that they're gonna get pregnant and not know who their baby daddy is. We know that we know who the dealers are, we know who the killers are, we know who everybody that's doing the degenerate shit. We can literally get that shit up out of our community overnight, but we aren't willing to do so because our culture tells us don't work with the police, don't fucking tell even if you a citizen. Uphold this degenerate bullshit and go and pretend like you're doing something by speaking at high schools and giving out turkeys.
Now hold on, brother. Listen. Listen, hold on now. So Charlie Kirk, his fertile playground, his playground was college campuses.
No, some bullshit.
Hold on, baby. No.
I'm sorry.
Please.
I'm sorry.
I'm in the high schools too.
If it doesn't matter about me going into high schools and me talking to these young men and women, I'm at 62 high schools and counting. Well, I went in, I've addressed the entire student body, and I told them about my journey from where I started and where I
go home to the bullshit.
No, I don't go home to shit. I go home to a.
No, not you. They still go. Those high school kids still go home to the same bullshit that we continue to uphold.
But listen, bro. Listen. That doesn't mean that we don't try. That doesn't mean that
I don't know the word try. That's not in the Bible.
That doesn't mean that we don't make the attempt to go in to have conversations because change starts.
Hey, Anton, I don't believe that word try. That's not a word in my book. Yeah, I'll be trying to say that all the time. I tried to hit my free throw. The motherfuckers ain't go in. Yeah, I was trying, coach. Shit, I shot an extra 300-400 of them mother. It still ain't go in. So trying don't mean you get the goal accomplished. And so that's what the so-called community seem like it's leaning towards. We've understood now that there's so much money in the grift. There's so much money in the game of creating a program to now you can extract money from a problem. There's no money in the cure. That's what I'm afraid of now. That is so much dysfunction, so many government programs that they've created to so-called solve said dysfunction, when the one thing they won't try is keeping their daddy around. It's some men like myself. If I show y'all my phone, dude, if I just show y'all my phone with the attempts of, hey, can I see my daughter, isn't that, and the games that's being played, y'all will be like, whoa, what the fuck? That's what's wrong with our community. The games that's really being played and the things that you can't say, like, because they got a woman in New York that if I say that my baby mama is a disrespectful, I got to do it like that, disrespectful, that's keeping me from my children or planting seeds of hatred towards me with my children, they'll think I'm talking about all black women when I'm just talking about one funky foot mother. You know what I mean? That's the trick. That's the delusion that you can't even, you got to be careful. You know who's in power when you can't speak about them. I can't speak about one woman without somebody, thinking that I'm talking about them. I'm not talking about you. I don't know you. I didn't even have sex with you. So what the hell would you think I'm talking about you? He hated all black women because of one woman. It makes no sense. Beautiful one time I say that. Yeah, but it's too much money in the dysfunction now. Because I guarantee you, speaking at those schools, he probably got a paycheck for it. I don't know this to be true, but most times people get paid to go speak at these schools. They paid me to go speak at that college. Hopefully they come listen to my YouTube. They say, why you don't go speak at them colleges? Oh, they can come listen to me speak right now. If they can handle cursing, look at the shit they listen to in their record players and on their CDs. They can come listen to me right now. Getting caught up in what you're getting caught up in, you better be careful, because a lot of these people, they go to college, they think based on this degree I get, I'm gonna make this, I can make that, and they're gonna realize it's a pipe dream. Once you accumulate that debt, you're gonna start off in debt, starting your life off before 25 in debt, not getting a real serious degree. That's why I fight so hard. And I was telling everybody, I was trying to speak towards the mothers. You guys are the ones who having these sons. And if women wanted to change, you could do it in a blink of an eye. Hey, every school district, starting at middle school, they should be teaching your boys a trade. Starting from middle school. Your boys do not want to go to college. Most of them take longer than anybody else to graduate. It take them 8 years to graduate college, damn near 7 years. So they don't want to go to college. Why won't you give them more and more options than to force them to do something they don't want to do? So it should be, I know it's going to be jobs that's going to get left behind in the future. Well, we'll worry about that later. They need to be skilled at something, because guess what? A young man that don't know how to make money, I can go pick up this one black guy that know how to do everything. But unfortunately, he's 70 something years old. He getting old. But guess what? This man know how to fix every damn thing. I can get this man to take out a radiator. This motherfucker can take out a transmission. He can take off anything with a car. He can go do drywall. He can do electric work. He ain't certified in electric work, but even the electrical companies pay him a little fee to tie everything together, get it together, and they'll come tie it in, but he'll be done all the grunt work, and they'll pay him the little money on the low, and they'll tie it in. But the fact that he knows all these skills, he's able to make money. People go pick him up to make jobs. He ain't the richest guy in the world, but he always are able to make some money every single day. So boys need to be skilled. Whatever they become after that, they still need to be skilled. It's not going to stop them from going to get an education just by teaching them trades. The only reason why they don't want to teach them trades in high school and in college, because they don't want them to have something that'll keep them out of jail. They want to have them something that's going to keep their ass going to that prison because the trades are in the prison cells right now. They want to make it for free. So it makes sense that we have a culture that teaches black boys that killing and spinning the block is the best thing that you should do, because eventually you're going to go to jail. This is our new slave. Our 14th Amendment say that you're a slave once you get incarcerated. You get incarcerated, you no longer have a name, you no longer have anything, you have no rights, you have a number. Just like in slavery days, you have an EF number. And you better recite this goddamn number. And now you can work to get out of this cell for $35, $1 a day, or however much they get you. But these guys mop floors, they make soap, they make tags, they make every goddamn thing. They cut grass, they chop trees, they do everything, because now the whole trick to get you back into a slave mindset is to tell you a real nigga if you kill niggas. And how many industry, what bigger industry than the prison, the pipeline industry? You got the black males going in and out. You don't like black people anyway. They don't have to separate you from your family now. You're going to separate your damn self thinking that you're doing something street and real, like you're going to reinvent the wheel by you coming out selling dope. You're going to have your same 8-10 year run, and then they're going to give your ass 30 years. They're going to give you a 10 year, 15 year run, and they're going to give you 30 years, and you ain't going to have nothing. Your family going to be reduced to nothing. You're going to be back out here with nothing. Ain't no funny, ain't no ending story, ain't no light at the end of that tunnel. And then guess what the white folks going to do? After you do all this shit, you go to jail, they going to make a movie off of your life, own your rights, and make more money than you off of the dumb shit you did. And they're going to make residual income when you dead and gone off your life. So what is a nigga's life worth? Y'all say Black Lives Matter. How? How is a black life going to matter when the sickness in your mind keep making you think that killing niggas and going to jail, we even got our women loving these type of toxic situations? This shit don't even make no sense. It makes no sense. And we talking about toxic love is the best love. I used to think that until I got some love that wasn't toxic. I used to think toxic love was the best love, having one of them crazy bitches around you that'll damn near punch you in the face because she hot and ready all the goddamn time. I used to think that until you find out how much money you're going to lose out on. Till you find out you can't take this bitch nowhere. Till you find out it's going to make you look bad even having this person around you. I'm just saying, that's how we going to fix our culture. Calling out the bullshit is just talk. If fuck calling out the bullshit, why is we not down there making sure that these kids, that's how you fix it. They bringing everybody else to the school but a trade, but the futuristic technology that they're teaching at the colleges, the same futuristic technology that they teach at the high-end colleges should be afforded to the children. We shouldn't be spending so much money. You say children are our future, but we spending all this money on everything else except educating our future the best way possible. I'm confused. What does the lotto do again? There's supposed to be somebody win $1 billion on the lotto, and then where is it supposed to go? Somebody's supposed to go to schools. Like, where is this money going? How come nobody can read? How come all this shit is fucked up? I don't get it, but I do get it. There's more money in dysfunction than it is in everything going smooth. There's more money made in wartime than it is when everything is going smooth. So I believe it's a bunch of people that sit around and say, shit, it's time for me to make some money. And they hit that chaos button, like that commercial Mayhem. They do that Mayhem shit and they tear everything up. And then they come in as an insurance man and they clean it all up. That's what I think. I think we've been in metaverse. I know I'm a little crazy. I'm a little slow and I didn't go to college. Thank you, Jesus. So I'm not indoctrinated. And so I think we is not as free as we make out every day. That's why so many people be looking at me. Oh man, he says some shit. He says some wild shit because they fearful. Because most people live in fear. You know, most people don't talk about pastor, even though they know he done slept with everybody in the church almost. But you don't talk about pastor. You don't vote Republican. You don't vote Republican. and you stay away from them white girls. That's what you taught. You know it. Come on now. And you bet not snitch, even if you ain't in the streets.
With thought.
We've been talking for the last fucking
listen,
50 years, bro.
the change starts with a thought process, and we try to inject a thought process in the young minds, in the minds of these young adult men and women. They're trying to give them, because a lot of the
That was a good one, right? Hey, yeah. Oh, I forgot the fifth one. And you don't like Donald Trump. The fuck? You know how many families broke up because they liked Donald Trump? You know how many wives left their life partner? They got up there and told God, for better or for worse, and worse was the motherfuckers voted for Trump. Oh, there's some lying bitches in the world. Oh my God, I ain't mean to call them that. There's some lying people in the world. Yo, oh my God, them people got up in front of God. Oh man, they got up in front of God himself and say, I would love, I would cherish to have in the whole. That's why I be laughing at motherfucker, be like, nigga, you ain't got no wife. I be laughing like, man, I don't never know you, nigga. You don't never know when your motherfucker gonna go on Autobot meltdown on your ass. You don't never know. This nigga, I didn't know that had anything to do with the marriage, but hey, I thought you supposed to have in the whole, to love and to always honor and help, to sicker and poor, for better or for worse. And that motherfucker ain't vote how you voted, and you divorced him and split your children up. You bet not like Trump. I fell out with my homegirls this weekend over Donald Trump. Oh Lord. They isolate your ass. They everybody started looking at my own brother. I don't think that nigga gonna even send me a goddamn happy birthday. That'd be about all he do. Happy birthday. It'll probably be in a damn group text too. Hey, look here. Any one of you niggas, you better call me. I called all my brothers on their birthday. My little fat one, my little brother ain't answer, but I'm gonna call his ass again. But I think you should call people on their birthdays. Don't send me no motherfucking group text, all that shit. If you my brother and all that, nigga, that is the most easy shit to do. That is so easy. You can't talk to me. Who care about poor people? Hey, look here, man.
Times in black communities, like you just said it, there is no hope being taught in the households. There is no reform. There is no genuine understanding being taught in the households, in the urban environment or in the ghetto, right? So you have to present people who have been there and then made it.
Man, you can't say no shit like that. Come on, I don't agree with that, dog face. You know why? It's some people that's just, they grew up where they grow up, but they learn and they understand. They just trapped in a situation, but they're teaching their kids a lot of stuff. Some people from the hood have some of the best values because they know what not to do. You know, that you can't say that. You can't just say everybody, paint everybody from the hood the same way. That's not true. I wouldn't answer either. You called him that little fat one. Yeah, the little fat one. Yeah, but I tell him that too. I tell him that all the time. But see, this is what you got to understand, though. That's love right there, though, Nacho. That's iron and sharpening iron. Every time I see him, hey, boy, what the hell is wrong with you, boy? You got to challenge him. I be wanting to wrestle his little fat ass. I used to do that to Scrooge. Just, you got to keep people on their toes. You got to keep people in shape. Where did I get my knee fixed? I'm gonna show you. You can't be walking around here as no man talking about you a man and other. No, nigga. I'm looking at you. Your man ain't manning, nigga. Come on, let's get over here and get over here and wrestle. Get over here and do something. You know. You gotta be able to you gotta have a physical presence as a man. I don't know why are they not teaching these young boys this. The first thing when I got my son, ask him, the first thing, me and Scrooge sat him down. Scrooge told him, hey, boy, you know it's okay to fight sometime. I remember him having that conversation with us. Look here. He said, you be getting all mad and shit and making all this noise and huffing and puffing, but you don't do nothing. It's like, it's okay to fight sometime. And I knew what Scrooge was getting at. I'm like, okay, my son barking like he want to do something, but he's scared to do it. So we got to get him. We got to get him some muscle behind that. So I put him in jiu-jitsu. And I said, you gotta learn. I ain't gonna show you the way we learned. We learned the ignorant way. We fought each other. We beat up on each other. So, but it takes a level of beating up on. So you gotta learn. So he had to go in there and get his ass kicked. And I told him, I said, you need to go back. You ain't have enough time to finish. You need to go back, even though you're grown now. You need to go back in there and learn, because you learning the discipline. It teaches you. Man, if he can learn that shit, I wish I had somebody put me in jiu-jitsu when I was a young kid. Cause shit, I would just be like, man, shut up before I break your neck. And really be able to do it like easily. Like, but it'll give you a sense of confidence that you wouldn't do it. You would just avoid bullshit. And that's what I want him to have. He told him that too. That was the second part. He could tell he ain't never been punched in his mouth by the way he was running his mouth. But and it's crazy because most of the white kids that I grew up around, they was in wrestling. They took wrestling class, and we just all hooped. So you gotta have a physical presence. Like if I was to have another kid and it happened to be a son, he gonna be a bad motherfucker. The first thing he gonna learn is how to fight. Out the womb, he gonna be throwing hands. He gonna be learning, but disciplined hands. He gonna be learning how to wrestle. And then we learn the basketball and all that shit after that. But at first, you're a man first. And a part of being a man is learning how to defend oneself so that you can protect the woman. And protection ain't always violence. Protection is knowing when and when not to. And you got to know. A lot of these boys, they just go and do it because they scared. And yeah, that's what you got to have. Salute to you, beautiful one. I know she talking about, hell yeah. Yeah, if I have a kid, that's the first thing he learning. You getting your ass into some martial arts, you getting into something. We do it the toxic way. We just have cousins fighting. That's why we got one cousin on the internet hurt because he lost fights. He lost a lot of fights. And I realize now through the hurt and the pain that cousin is feeling, it might not be good to lining your kids up, making them tough, fighting their family members and stuff. So put them in karate. My daughters was in karate, and now my baby mom wasn't listening, so she took them out, put them in cheer and all this other dance bullshit. But I want my kids to learn something that'll last a lifetime. And what lasts a lifetime is being able to defend yourself. That's what I'm always talking to them about. That's how Baby Bam Bam got her name, because she throw them hands quick, boy. That's Baby Bam Bam. He said, I train MMA with my son and my daughters. That's what I'm talking about. Your sons and your daughters going to have a level of calmness, unlike everybody else. And while somebody else running their mouth, they just going to be sitting there thinking about where to hit you at if it do go down. And they're going to be chilling. And they're going to be able to see the person's punches coming. If they get scraped, they're going to knock the other person out, get up out of there real smooth. So that's why, I like jiu-jitsu first, in case it's a one-on-one situation. Most times, if a guy can punch good, if you can get a hold of him, he don't knock you out, you get a hold of him, you can still do some damage. But you still got to learn how to box. You got to learn both. I'm not no boxer, and I'm not no jiu-jitsu expert, but I try hard.
Out of there. So these kids, to give them some sense of hope or some understanding or some connectivity. Yes, you do, bro.
Did he say no? You're not gonna congratulate them.
That's the solution. That's the solution for getting 1 out of every 100 people out of there. You and still hoping, and one person is gonna grab hold to it. The other 99 is gonna fall into the same.
I know you and your wife be into it.
Hold on. Don't break down. What do you think Charlie Kirk?
I want to hear what she had to say.
No. What?
God, young lady, ma'am, please stop taking digs at a man that's trying to work with you, ma'am. She steady got her fangs out ready to get him. She like, I bet your wife don't like you. Why would you go personal? You already called a man a B, and now you want to bring his wife in it as if you know his wife. His wife could be cool with everything he's saying. That's his wife. Like, come on, dog. And see, we don't call this type of stuff out. And if it was a man on the situation and that was a woman and you call out the husband and all that, we seen Cameron throw a guy off for that. Like, we don't call out the disrespect up the other way. He should have stopped her. And Dogface did what he knew. He overtalked her, and that's cool because he didn't want to get into that BS. So I give him that. He overtalked her like, no, we ain't even gonna go there. But Anton is like, no, I want to hear what she got to say, because you got to know the people that you're trying to help. You got to know the people that you want to work with. And if all she's going to do is attack him every time he says something, maybe he don't want to work with her. Yeah, look at that face, boy. She can't stand him. And I'm telling you, it's young boys that grow up in a household with a woman like this, and they take cheap shots at men in the same way. And you cannot have conversations with them because they're chippy, just like this. You could be trying to build, you could be trying to move forward, and they're still chippy the entire conversation.
You do, bro.
Did he say no? You're not gonna congratulate the
That's
baby?
the solution. That's the solution for getting 1 out of every 100 people out of there. You and still hoping, and one person is gonna grab hold to it. The other 99 is gonna fall into the
I know you and your wife be into it.
Hold on, don't break down. What do you think Charlie Kirk?
I want to hear what she had to say.
No. What do you think?
Okay, yeah, Dogface did stop her. He said, hold on, don't bring her into it. So he did say that.
Let me hear what she had to say.
Brother. Hey, listen, respectfully. What do you think Charlie Kirk was trying to do when he focused, when he laser focused on the fertile ground of college campuses across this country? He went into those college campuses knowing that he was armed with a debate style and information that solidified whatever point he was trying to make. He knew and he understood that he was battling or debating with young minds of people who hadn't even formulated a real thought yet and was growing into an understanding of what it meant to be whoever they were. He knew that.
No, that's not true. He didn't limit it to just students. He said, come prove me wrong. And all these people wasn't young. If your mind is developed, he's going to some of the smartest institutions. These are not the average everyday kids. He's going to Stanford. He's going to Harvard. He's going to Yale. These are the people that when they graduate, they get extra perks and accolades because of the college that they went to. So these are supposedly educated people. And what you find out is that they were so indoctrinated that these people would cry. They would throw water bottles at them. They would freeze water to throw it at them. It wasn't even the talking. It was the fact that it would be violent. The fact that he needed a whole campus of security to even walk onto the campus because of what he said. So that's what it was more about. It's not about the age. Shit, the debate team, they got a debate team. We used to have a debate team at my high school. So debate is not an age thing. It's a respectful dialogue and more about a truth thing. So no, I reject that because it don't matter the age you are. If you've seen some of these little young minds that debate, they'll run circles around me, you, and everybody on this panel when they understand what they're doing, which is basing everything off facts and not their emotions. And that's all it's supposed to be about. That's no excuse because they're younger than Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk did that because he went to a college and he realized it's a indoctrination camp. So that's why he went. Y'all holding Charlie Kirk up like he was this smart, educated dude. Charlie Kirk dropped out of college. Respectfully, he dropped out of school because he did not like the indoctrination. So he held no, based on what I've seen, he held no intellectual nothing over these kids. Most of these kids were smart, and most of these kids had better degrees or were going for better degrees. But he wrote a book on it too. Okay, well, I just think he was full of the Lord, and so it guided his words, and he was well researched. And you don't have to go to school to believe in what you're saying and research what you're saying. You don't. He just had the facts. That's what I'm saying. He didn't have no big, robust college degrees and all that. So I don't know why Dogface is trying to say it like Charlie Kirk was just this super intellectual guy over these other kids. He wasn't, in my opinion. He said Charlie Kirk proved college was a scam. Yeah, he got a guy who dropped out of college, but can talk about every talking point. can talk about every talking point to the point where he was beating out professors. He was kicking the professors' draws in their ass. They could have came up there, but it ain't about college.
Charlie Kirk leveraged his talent for his purpose. Everybody don't have the same purpose.
Are you saying?
Hold on. Everybody don't have the same purpose. Everybody is not meant to do the same thing.
And
some of us is meant to have a microphone. Some of us is meant to have the microphone. Others of us is meant to move the chairs.
And everybody in the black community don't agree with all the negative shit going on in here. We don't all agree with that shit.
I agree, and we're not going to agree. Probably,
good brother. I'm from the streets. And listen, I'm from the streets, and I'm not. That's nothing to brag about. What I'm telling you is this: when I say gangs are the worst thing that ever happened to the city of Detroit. When I say that once upon a time in America, there used to be a symbiotic relationship between gangs and the neighborhoods that they dwelled in, where they protected. And I'm trying. And even
you're talking about historically,
listen,
what even gangs represented, not the thing that gangs are today, and what they have, what they grew to be in the 80s and 90s.
I didn't say that. I said that. I said there is a diametric difference between it's polar opposites from what it was intended to be, right, and what it is right now. I said maybe you didn't listen to all my content because I said. That the
I know what you against. I know you call niggas out.
Brother,
I'm not confused.
Do you think that the gangs like me saying, what the fuck are y'all doing? Do you think the Ray Winans of the world likes to hear me say, what the fuck are you doing, bro? You taking money?
Dogface, your problem in this conversation is that you keep making it about you.
No,
when I'm speaking to an issue, right? I'm speaking overall about the overall landscape of the issue itself.
The overall landscape.
Hold on, dog.
Overall landscape.
The problem is that, listen, my problem is not with the fact that you are doing what you're doing and speaking in the community and the high schools and all that. I'm not speaking about that specifically. I'm speaking about the culture. You can do this, but culturally, it's not cool to do the other things that I'm telling you that needs to be done.
Dogface has stopped listening. If you look at the way he's leaning into the mic and he's ready to respond. This is not a face of listening right now. He's not hearing nothing that Antoine's saying. He's ready to jump in and cut him off. So at this point, the conversation is over now. This is not a conversation no more. Because watch, look at how he's leaning into the
mic.
Not
with the fact that you are doing what you're doing and speaking in the community and the high schools and all that. I'm not speaking about that specifically. I'm speaking about the.
Look, when somebody looking around and they anxious on the mic right now, yeah, the conversation is over. This is no longer a conversation. What?
Culture. You can do this, but culturally, it's not cool to do the other things that I'm telling you that needs to be done.
I want you to know that my mind and the minds of the people on this panel, we're not singular-minded people. So I want you to know that I appreciate whatever acknowledgement you are trying to. But what I'm telling you is that not all black people are in agreement with the shit that's going on inside the black community. The louder voices are always attached to entertainment. The louder voices are always attached to money or influence or the thought of money, power, and influence. So therefore, the young kids in the black community, they're influenced by trying to escape poverty any way they can. And so they look at the people who have the cars and the jewelry and all the other goofy ass shit. They look at them, and those people are not the best people to tell you shit about what it means to be black or how to change your conditions. Just like in the world of entertainment, who said these stupid ass fucking moronic ass rappers were role models? Who said these goofy dumb ass? No, excuse me. Who said these? Who said that? Who said that Shannon Sharp? Because he's a whole.
Okay, dog. I got a question for you.
Tell me.
It's easy to say who said. It's easy to say who said. Who should it be? Who should be our heroes? Current modern day, living right now. Who should be our heroes?
Is that a question?
See, it doesn't matter if you say this is a problem if you don't actually get a replacement.
Hey, boy. Oh, Anton stumped her with that one. I tell you what. All right, well, you want to yell about who said? Okay, I tell you what. Y'all were talking about solutions. Who should be the hero? He said, "Is that a question?" It sounded like a question to me. Let's hear the way they answer. Hold on, y'all.
Who should it be? Who should be our heroes? Current modern today, living right now, who should be our heroes?
Is that a question?
See, it doesn't matter if you say this is a problem if you don't
I thought
actually
that was
have
a
a
question.
replacement solution for it.
I thought that was a question.
It is.
I have an
It
answer.
was rhetorical, but you can answer it.
Exactly. So listen.
Mind games.
So don't worry about that. Your heroes are
Baby doll, I do want to say that you are gorgeous and you are beautiful. I want to say that too.
Hey, thank you. We appreciate that, but don't get Cameron up here. Don't get what's his name? Adrian.
Don't come over here trying to take what's ours, nigga. I know.
Wait a minute. So wait a minute. I can't give the beautiful. She's the only woman up here. I think that she's beautiful and she's gorgeous.
Hey, look, I trade my panel for your panel.
Hey, listen. No, you won't. Not them motherfuckers over there. Hey, listen.
You correct, man. You ain't see what was over there.
Don't start that.
I like Baby Doll.
Start that boogie. Hey, start that boogie. So listen. So here's what I'm saying: is that black people, as a whole in this country, they're more fluid and they're more understanding.
Stop. Are you married, Baby Doll?
Yes, sir.
Hey, he about to get Cameron now.
No, I'm asking her if she married.
She absolutely is. Let me answer it for her. Yes.
Okay, well, you listen, because I want to know the limits of my compliments. That's all I'm asking.
That's it right there. You as far as you go. As far as you can go.
Come on, Adrian Bronner. Come on now.
So listen, man. So hey, Mr. Daniels, it was a pleasure. And listen, even the troll points, I appreciate them because it's an honor to have you on the show because you are, and because you are who you are, you have the awesome.
All right, that's the end of it. They didn't. He didn't answer that question. The role models is Big Meech and the drug dealers. Yeah, even LeBron say, "Welcome home, Big Meech." So we all know who the role model is. If the king welcome you home, then shit. The king of our culture welcome home a drug dealer. So a former drug dealer. So our role models are definitely the rappers and the former drug dealers. My godson, he's in love with rappers, you know, and all the young people are influenced by these rappers and these, you know, these influencers, these TikTokers. So, yeah, so they know who our role models are. But listen, I got another video to do on my main page. Oh man, Piers Morgan stumped a mud hole in Don Lemonade, and Don Lemonade was over there. Piers, what is going on, Piers? Don Lemonade, he saw that clip of CNN where he was talking about women past their prime. And boy, they got his ass up out of there. And so all Piers Morgan was making the point that he got canceled by the left, but he said he see it more so on the right. So we got that. What else? We got P. Diddy. We got some stuff about P. Diddy might get 5 times more. And then we got another thing I forgot about. So we're going to have that conversation. KB, this was a great live. Thank you, beautiful one. We going over to the main page. I'm finna go, goddamn, hit me some more Swagger Dash and get me a little vegetables or some fruit in my system. And that smoothie done hitting. So I got to get me something else. But I'll set the live and then we'll go on over there and have a live about Diddy and a few of those topics. And man, what is going on with, man, matter of fact, this might be the channel to play this one on, because I want to know what the hell going on with Cardi B and them, man. Why y'all ain't tell me Cardi B and this girl going on? It went crazy yesterday. Yeah, man. Y'all let this stuff go crazy yesterday and wasn't even gonna tell me about it. Y'all got Cardi B around here cussing these people out. What the hell going on? Show up. Oh, it's taking a long time to load. Yeah, Cardi B and JT. Come on, man. Why y'all wasn't gonna tell me about this? They shut down the internet yesterday. All these rich people. Y'all say if they give them money, they won't fight. Oh, I'm tired of all these rich people fighting, man.
Fucking brim, and she threatening to snitch on some motherfucking body because she don't have anything to say about a bitch. That hoe is a loser. Wait, no, I got two things to say. So then she said, I'm gonna tell everybody nation what you said, what he said. No, not just that. The bitch trying to spread fake tea about abortions when she stood her illiterate ass in front of millions of people and said she stands for pro choice. Drops bomb. I can't take the dumb bitch serious. I can't take the, and bitch, show me typing those motherfucking messages, or I'm calling the police on your ass for defamation of character, bitch, because I'm sick of it, ho. And I will be back. And I'm never getting off your ass, ho.
Well, damn. Whoa. Whoa. This was shut down the internet yesterday. Wow. Yeah, this was shut down the internet.
Ain't no bitch finna front on me.
That shut down the internet yesterday. Damn, that shut down the fucking internet yesterday. That's not it, KB. What else is it? There's more than that. I don't want to see no more. If it's more than that, I don't want to see no more. Hey, but they are saying her boyfriend is sweet. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I didn't want to play that part because I didn't know if that was true or not. But the boy doing an interview on Tasha K. Man. But I'll let the story develop a little more. Yeah, I'll let the story develop. Yeah. But listen, I'm going over to my other channel, man. I'll see y'all in a minute. I'm gone.